drop foot situation and the device that they put in there that's enabled him to play through it. Gramatica kicks off, and here we go. Reed on the return from the 3. Finds a lane, and then he's brought down across the 25 up at the 27-yard line. Brian Simmons takes him down, number 51 for the Saints. Donovan McNabb, looking at him against Dallas last week, he saw those, you saw those legs working, and seeing him dangerous as a runner once again, that's when he's at his best.
Well, he extended plays, and 9 rushes for 53 yards last week. And talking to him yesterday, I said that knee looks way more responsive than it was early in the year. He said it's night and day. Now it's not a matter of I think I can, I know I can, in terms of getting response athletically out of that knee.
He's got Kevin Curtis and Reggie Brown at the wideouts. Westbrook and Thomas Tapé in the backfield. The toss to Westbrook, trying to get outside. The Saints are there. A couple of yards on the pickup. Charles Grant, the defensive end, number 94, out to get him. Brian Westbrook, who will go to the Pro Bowl, has been just a tremendous performer. Number 1 in the NFL in yards from scrimmage. Second in the league in yards and touchdowns.
And you'll see him do a lot of different things with him. We just saw the flip 90, the little flip outside to get him out in space. You'll see screen passes, see a lot of stuff on the edges, but he's also powerful enough to take it right up the gut.
Second in the league in yards per touch. The fans are loud. Short drop, McNabb throws and completes it across the 35, short of the first down, as he completes to his tight end, Brent Selleck, the rookie out of Cincinnati, a 5th-round draft pick, making his 3rd NFL start. That's his 12th catch of the season.
And here he is, here, 87. He's just going to go sit down in between the linebacker and right there in the safety, Mike McKenzie. He's finding the little soft spot in the zone. A little option route right there for, well, now they're 3rd and, I guess, about 1.
Eagles without L.J. Smith and Matt Schobel, 2 tight ends. They split out Basket, and Basket is in motion on 3rd and 1. The play fake, McNabb's got it. And there are the legs working again. Look at the confidence as he turns it into a huge run. And the ball is batted away by Josh Bullocks. It is loose. It is in the end zone. And it is recovered by the Eagles for a touchdown. Kevin Curtis. What an unbelievable play. McNabb on the run. Josh Bullocks popped it loose, punched it loose.
Well, and Josh Bullocks is the guy that has to save this, is because he's the guy that gave up the edge to McNabb as McNabb rolled around the corner.
There is a Saint player down deep in the end zone, shaken up on the play.
Here's Bullocks, here's Will Smith. Both of them get trapped inside here. McNabb out to the edge, off to the races. And now you'll see him just take off. Split the gap here. Now 29. Bullocks is going to close the gap on him and pop it from behind. That right hand he used and popped it up right there. And it's not over yet, baby. There's a lot left in this play.
McKenzie lost it. He had a chance to recover. And there's the recovery by Kevin Curtis.
How about McNabb taking off and running the football, though, and picking up all those big yards? I mean, that's young legs that chased him down, and Josh Bullocks and should be able to run him down.
And is that, I think it might be McKenzie who tried to fall on the football as it was crossing the goal line. Donovan McNabb, they're smiling on the Eagles sideline. Boy, what a great run. And he was tough to catch. Earlier in the season, he was being caught by linebackers, by linemen. His legs are working now. And the Philadelphia Eagles with a great start to the game, led by the legs of Donovan McNabb. The ball punched out by Josh Bullocks, and Kevin Curtis is there to recover.
Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming.
Good sign for the Saints. Mike McKenzie, a key man in their secondary, is up. He's been jogging behind the bench. It looked like he came up having tweaked his right knee.
Yeah, they can't lose use him. He is their best player in their secondary, and they've had problems all year with the pass. So his ability to get back in this game will be huge for New Orleans.
Akers kicking off. Pierre Thomas from the 9. Thomas breaks a couple of tackles, gets across the 30, fights his way up to the 34-yard line. Nick Graham, defensive back, number 35, made the tackle. And Drew Brees, who had a fabulous game last week, hitting 26 of 30 passes against the Arizona Cardinals. Since week 6, and this is over the course of the last 10 games, he's either first or second in the NFL in 5 different passing categories.
You throw out that funky start at 0-4, he's arguably been the best quarterback in the league down the stretch, certainly in the NFC.
They come out with 3 wide receivers. David Patton is the third. Brees puts it up deep for Henderson, and he's got it behind the secondary. Down to the 14-yard line, he beat Lito Shepherd. Devery Henderson, who's been almost a forgotten man with the year that Colston is having and the job that Patton has done.
And watch him just run right by Lito Shepherd. It's cover 3. There's no safety help deep, so he's got the deep third of the field. Looked like Shepherd was expecting some type of a double move, and Devery Henderson just ran right by him. That is the speed for the New Orleans offense, who are now cranking it up tempo. Already back to the line of scrimmage.
52-yard gain down to the 14. Brees out of the shotgun. And he connects with Marcus Colston, who's down to the 7-yard line. An important game in the playoff picture in the NFC is in Buffalo. Let's check it out with Kurt Menefee.
Yeah, the Giants needing to win to get into the playoffs, but Buffalo slowing that down. Opening possession, Trent Edwards finds Michael Gaines for the score, and they're up 7-0. And kind of appropriate, Sam, on a day where Kevin Everett was back in the stadium for the first time since that injury back in week 1.
A lot of emotion in the stadium. You're right, Kurt. Thanks. Pierre Thomas in the backfield now. 3 wide receivers out to the left. Quick outside. And it's complete there to Aaron Stecker, who was lined up out wide. And Stecker gets inside the 5 and down to the 4-yard line. And he's got a first down.
Everything is beautiful. You got tight ends, Jenton and Miller out here blocking. Everything's perfect, but watch the play right here by Quentin Michael. I mean, you got these guys blocked up. That's how you want it. But 27 flies in there and is able to give them a play of about a 1-yard gain. Really a good play there by the safety, Michael.
First and goal at about the 3.5-yard line. Inside. And to the goal line goes Stecker, and he's in. Touchdown. What an answer by the New Orleans Saints. The big passing play to Devery Henderson, and then Stecker makes a couple of plays and takes it into the end zone. And the Saints have come right back. Aaron Stecker's 4th rushing touchdown of the season. And now Martin Gramatica in his 2nd game with the Saints after Olindo Mare went out with an injury. The game is tied.
Jari Evans gets the key block, left guard right there, Nesbitt on Omar Gay. There was the key block that was allowed Stecker to punch that in.
Sponsored by Hyundai. Discover the power of thoughtful engineering at your local Hyundai dealer. By Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. And by Visa. Visa makes it easier to get ready for game day. Life takes Visa.
Saints know that kickoff coverage will be very, very important in today's game for them. These are 3 key players: Troy Evans, Brian Simmons, Kevin Casefaharn. J.R. Reed is deep for the Eagles. Gramatica kicks it off. Reed from the 4. Runs into a wall, fights his way across the 25 and up close to the 28-yard line. Mike McKenzie still on the sideline. The right knee bothering him, injured on that play. The fumble recovery in the end zone. That will be a big loss for the Saints. They have trouble as far as pass defense goes. They're near the bottom of the league.
Well, there's the guy that's got to come in and play for him, Jason Kraft, who's in year number 9 and has been a pretty good quality nickel corner since he's been here. But now you get inserted into the starting lineup out on the island, and it's a whole different animal.
Crowd gets loud again. These two teams met twice last season, once in regular season, once in the playoffs. Saints won both here in New Orleans by identical scores, 27-24. McNabb sends everybody out. The pass is dropped. Intended for Mike Gasperson, who's making his NFL debut. Just signed from the practice squad this week. He's been a practice squatter for 3 years and was signed this week. And in his NFL debut, he drops his first pass.
Not good. And Mike McKenzie, as you see here, is on his way to the locker room. Going to get that right knee checked out.
Jason Avant, number 81, is in as a third wide receiver for the Eagles. Westbrook dropped the football. And the Saints have it. Will Smith recovers the fumble. It looked like Westbrook never secured the handoff. And something that is very infrequent hurts the Eagles.
21, Jason Kraft will flash in here. That's part of it. Jason Kraft is right there, but you're right. The mesh point was never there. Westbrook never had that football. Now, he would have got tackled and probably blown up right there in the backfield by Kraft, but never got his hands on it to secure it before it popped up in the air.
So now the Saints with a chance at the Eagles 33 off the play fake. Breeze, screen pass to Stecker. 3 blockers in front of him. Inside the 20 and inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Aaron Stecker, with Reggie Bush out, is taken over as the lead running back and has been very versatile for the Saints.
Great play call by Sean Payton. You got guys coming on the blitz. Watch how it opens it up for the screen. You got 3 blockers out there in front. Chris Gokong is still turned around. He doesn't know where he's going. There was nobody to block. That's how open it was for the lineman and Stecker on that screen pass.
Going back to last week, Drew Brees has now completed 16 consecutive passes, a team record, make it 17 as he hits Colston. But Colston is pulled down for a loss on a good tackle by Joselio Hansen. But for Drew Brees, he hit his last 12 passes last week against Arizona. 10 for 10 in the second half, and his last 2 of the first half, and now has hit his first 5 today.
Well, he's brilliant in talking to the other opponents that line up against him. And they'll start making comparisons to Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, just in the game from the neck up and how he breaks down a defense mentally.
And with the numbers issue, he didn't make the Pro Bowl this year, despite having a great season. 2nd and goal. Stecker, flag on the play. It's back maybe to the original line of scrimmage, and we'll check out the flag. Pete Morelli is our referee in his 11th year in the NFL.
Holding, number 98. Defense. Half position of the ball, automatic first down.
On Mike Patterson, the defensive tackle, and that gives the Saints a 1st and goal. Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator, sending out his signals.
And both of these teams have been pretty darn good down in the red zone. Philadelphia with their backs against the wall, the number 2 defense in the league, and the Saints, as you see there, number 1 when they get down in the money zone and scoring touchdowns. 73% of the time they punch it in for 6 rather than take the field goal.
Best in the league. 1st and goal on the 4-yard line. Stecker and Carney in the backfield. Carney the fullback. Stecker down to the 1 and maybe inside the 1, just short of the goal line. Aaron Stecker, who had a tough road to get to the NFL, played in NFL Europe, was a special teams player in Tampa Bay for 4 years and a backup running back, signed here in New Orleans, was a backup here to Deuce McAllister and to Reggie Bush, and there's Deuce McAllister.
Every time Stecker has played, whether it's been in Tampa or here, he always produces.
Zach Strife is in as a 3rd tight end. He's eligible. Stecker, touchdown! Jamal Brown, the left tackle, cleared it out for Aaron Stecker to take it in, his second touchdown of the game. Ryan Westbrook fumbled. Aaron Stecker is able to capitalize as the turnover leads to points for the Saints.
Terrific block by Jamal Brown, and then Stecker, and you see his size right there, which is an advantage for him as he's built low to the ground, just fires like a bullet through that hole right under Omar Gaither.
Gramatica. And the Saints, after giving up the first score of the game, have responded with two of their own. A big turnover by the Eagles, and Aaron Stecker has 2 rushing touchdowns in the game. The Saints have a 14-7 lead.
Charlie Wilson's War has been nominated for 5 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Picture.
Without Charlie, history would be sadly different.
Sometimes you have to be unconventional to accomplish the unbelievable. Charlie Wilson's War, rated R.
Great beauty gift sets from Victoria's Secret are now 40% off, just in time for the holidays. That's 40% off beauty gift sets.
You better hurry, they're going fast.
Only at Victoria's Secret.
Disciplined investing. At T. Rowe Price, it's not just about the short term. It's about a steady, long-term approach. For each 3, 5, and 10-year period, over 70% of our mutual funds beat their Lipper average. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
The Ford F-150 is equipped with vented disc brakes, standard on all 4 wheels. They're vented so they stay cooler, perform better, and maximize stopping power. So even though you'll probably never have to haul a 30,000-pound aircraft, at least you know you can stop one.
Introducing a world first, Braun Pulsonic. Thousands of micro-vibrations help expose and shave more hair with every stroke for Braun's most thorough shave ever. Braun Pulsonic, voted best electric shaver.
Sam, you see the left tackle, Jamal Brown. I have him circled there. Watch the push he gets on the defensive tackle, which pushes him right here into the linebacker. Hakeem Jordan, who can't get there. Then it's all Stecker, who goes underneath Omar Gaither. Some really good blocks up front by the New Orleans offensive line.
Gramatica kicks it off. J.R. Reed near the sideline. Takes it back inside and up the numbers. Nice hole there. And a good return by J.R. Reed. Up to the 37-yard line. We go to the sideline to Chris Myers.
Yes, Sam, the Saints' best defensive back, Mike McKenzie, is doubtful for the rest of the game with that sprained right knee. They did take him into the locker room for x-rays and further tests. Right before he went in, Jason Kraft came up to him and said, "Don't worry, I got your back." He'll be the guy on the spot. He'll have to worry more than just about somebody's back out on the field now.
It will be concerned. That's Usama Young now, the rookie out of Kent State, who is in at the left cornerback position. And Kevin Curtis is out wide to that side as the Eagles start from the 37. Kendrick Clancy is in at defensive tackle for the Saints. Off the play fake, McNabb in some trouble, throwing deep, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Up in Buffalo, good news for the New Orleans Saints, right, Kurt Menefee?
Yes, it is, because they need the Giants to keep on losing and Buffalo doing their part. But check out this catch by Roscoe Parrish. Lays out and gets it 42 yards on the play, set up a 4-yard touchdown pass to Lee Evans. And after 2 offensive possessions, the Bills have scored 2 touchdowns on the Giants. Sam, Tim, and Chris.
Giants, even though they're in the #1 spot in the wild card race, they could miss the playoffs.
Well, they got New England next week. That's right.
They've got to find a way to win a game. Westbrook and Tepe in the backfield. Westbrook cuts it back, gets up to the 40-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Eagles. Charles Grant, the defensive end, made the stop. Andy Reid talking with us yesterday, said they want to play these last 2 games to win. He's playing his regulars. They want to have a good feeling going into the offseason. They're out of the playoffs. Only the 2nd time in the last 8 seasons the Eagles have failed to make the playoffs. Only the 3rd time in 9 seasons under Andy Reid. Terrell Buckhalter is in the backfield. McNabb out of the shotgun. Has time. Now a late blitz coming. Throws it deep for Curtis. It's overthrown, but there's a flag on the play. Curtis challenged Jason David, and McNabb took a hard hit on the late blitz.
Illegal contact. Number 42, the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And Jason David, the corner here, number 42, has seen a lot of this all year, the double move. As Curtis puts the brakes on there, shows a little out, then takes off. Jason David has no chance but to get his hands on him and get a penalty rather than let Kevin Curtis run down the sideline for a touchdown. And then McNabb taking a big shot right there from Josh Bullocks, who came late from his safety position on a delayed blitz.
Jason David, who was signed as a free agent by the Saints, and the season started badly for him, and
Had a rough
it's been
year.
up and down.
And you know what? It hasn't been just all him.
Yeah.
The safeties have had their issues with the deep ball as well. A lot of big plays over the top against New Orleans all season.
First down, Eagles at the 45. Buckhalter and Tapei in the backfield. Reggie Brown in motion. On the end around, it's Brown. Gets outside. Nice pickup on first down into Saints territory. Close to the first down line. Right on the first down line.
That's 3 misdirection plays we've seen from the Philadelphia Eagles. And there's Marty Morningwig, the assistant head coach, who is calling the plays now. And I think what you do against a defense like New Orleans, and they're aggressive, they're desperate to get after people. They certainly, with everything on the line, are flying around. You do misdirection stuff. You get them going in one direction and bring it back the other 3 times, and they've had success with all 3.
It is a first down on a 10-yard pickup. Brian Westbrook back in along with Thomas Tapei in the backfield. Both wide receivers to the left. Curtis and Brown. Westbrook looking for an opening, finds one. Nice patience shown by Brian Westbrook. There was no hole to start, waited, it opened up, and he picked up 6.
Well, and that's the thing in talking to Andy Reid, and Westbrook is so dynamic, and probably had no idea he was going to be what he is when they drafted him in the 3rd round. But, you know, he said it was about year number 2 before he started finally getting it figured out in terms of the patience that you were just talking about. You know, so many guys, and you can talk about Reggie Bush on the other side, that have great ability, but don't learn how to run in the pro game. And as Andy Reid said, it took about a year and a half, right towards year number 2. At the end there, Westbrook really started taking off and flying high.
Westbrook splits out in the slot on 2nd down. McNabb with time, fires and completes to Kevin Curtis down to the 20-yard line. Kevin Curtis, who is closing in on a 1,000-yard season, picks up 19.
And this is where I think they like their matchups today against these linebackers. And he's got a single safety high in terms of the zone, and Kevin Curtis just runs the square in right into the soft spot of the zone. See, Reggie Brown pulls 2 defenders out with the out route, opens up a window in the middle. Curtis sits down on the end cut.
Ronaldo Wynn is in at defensive tackle for the Saints. Terrell Buckhalter in the backfield for the Eagles on first down. It's Buckhalter straight ahead. Big hole! Buckhalter! Touchdown! What a run by Terrell Buckhalter! Busted a tackle. Jason Kraft missed it. Buckhalter stayed on his feet and took it in. 20-yard touchdown run.
And the Saints have not been easy to run the football on all year long, especially up the gut. Boy, what a terrific block by 2 guys right there. Jamal Jackson, the center, and then the 2nd-year player, Max Jean Gillis, who's out there for Sean Andrews. They just put the road grader on Hollis Thomas.
Good job up front. Buckhalter with his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. And David Akers to try and tie the game. And it is tied. Back and forth they go. The Eagles are here to play. They answer. Strong run, good blocking up front, and Buckhalter busts the tackle for the TD. We're tied at 14.
All right, customer service. Well, I love you for this. Whoa,
whoa, whoa, Mr. Busy Man. You got time for breakfast? My girl hooked us up this morning. Looks great. I'll tell you what. I'll just take it to go. That's my boy.
The all-new McSkillet burrito. Fluffy eggs, savory sausage, roasted peppers, and skillet potatoes wrapped up in a bundle of delicious breakfast joy.
Now, if your girl can make these, she can move in.
To get to the Pro Bowl, NFL players go all out. You just go online to statefarm.com/NFL.
You could win a trip to the 2008 NFL Pro Bowl with the Your Game, Your Call getaway from State Farm.
Go to statefarm.com/NFL.
The biggest games are decided by the smallest details. That's why Samsung imagined an LCD HD TV with twice the frames per second for exceptional motion clarity. The decision is clear. Samsung, the official HD TV of the NFL.
Go.
Prison Break returns with all new episodes Monday, January 14th on Fox.
Sam, two defenders here that aren't feeling too good about that touchdown run right up the gut. Hollis Thomas right here, 99. Watch the double team there on him, and he gets pushed back into Semino. I mean, look at him driving Hollis out of there, which opens that crease. And then it's just a couple of missed tackles. Touchdown, Buckholz.
Two former Eagles, Semino and Hollis Thomas. Akers to kick off with the game tied. Here, Thomas on the return from the 7. Are there to take him down at the fights his way forward to the 30-yard line. These two teams met in the playoffs in the divisional series here in New Orleans. Deuce McAllister took over the game, running hard, 143 yards, catching the ball out of the backfield. 4 receptions in the game. He scored 2 touchdowns. The Saints won at 27-24. They were celebrating here. They went to Chicago for the NFC Championship game where they lost. Now the Saints start from the 30. Third possession. Hardy, the fullback, shifting off the play fake. Breeze in trouble. Throws, and it's caught. Good catch by Marcus Colston, but he was down. He got up to run, but he was down at the 41-yard line. It's a first down, and Breeze is 6 for 6.
Yeah, he's been off the hook in terms of being on the mark. Watch this little crafty move. Step up, little side step there of Chris Gokong. Get straight-legged, throw off the back of your heels, and then Colston coming back to the quarterback. There's the key there. When your QB's in trouble, come back to him. He was able to get the completion.
Breeze now, over 2 games, has hit 18 straight passes. Stecker gets up across the 45, picks up almost 5 yards on the play. They haven't missed Reggie Bush. Stecker has been real solid at the running back position.
To me, they look like a different team with Stecker out there in the run game. They really do.
Why is that?
Well, I just think he knows how to run in the National Football League, which is think 4 and get more often. You know, he's thinking 4 yards every time, whereas Reggie Bush, I think, early in the league, the last year and a half, was thinking home run or touchdown every time he got the football.
Breeze out of the shotgun on 2nd and 5. Everybody out. Breeze throws short, and his first incompletion of the game. They wanted a flag. Billy Miller, the tight end, the intended receiver. Team record ends at 18 consecutive pass completions.
They got to start heating Breeze up with blitz and man coverage, because if you don't get him uncomfortable and if you don't get him holding on to the football, it's a slow death, because he'll just get back, he'll hit that final step, knowing where he's going with the ball. He's so accurate, he'll just pick you apart.
Eagles bring in a 5th defensive back, Rosalio Hansen. David Patton is the 3rd wide receiver on 3rd and 5. Everybody out. Breeze surrounded by some time and throws incomplete. Again, tried to get it to Billy Miller, the tight end, but he was well covered. So a good defensive series for the Eagles. And we have our first punt. Steve Weatherford will come out for the Saints. Reno Mahe is deep for the Eagles at the 10-yard line. Mahe steps up. And he is grabbed by the ankles and brought down. Good coverage on the play. Terrence Copper, 39-yard punt, no return. Copper fighting off the block attempt of Hansen, gets there and pulls down Reno Mahe. The game is tied at 14.
Stay tight in the pocket. Be on time. Is he blitzing?
3 seconds until sack.
Work your eyes to the left. Stare down that safety. Off the mark. What's the corner doing? Left C or left right?
2 seconds until sack.
We need this one.
Looking for Harrison. Harrison's completely covered.
1 second until sack.
Who's breaking hot? Who's going hot?
As soon as Manning thinks it, then you see it. Watch exclusive coverage of live game moments with NFL Mobile. This is the NFL at sprint speed.
Yeah, Coach. Part of the Coors Light Frost brewing process occurs at 34 degrees. Does that give it an edge over other beers?
You know, if you can get up to 33, or certainly 34, then you are substantially ahead of your opponent.
Coach, don't you mean down to 33 or 34 degrees?
Frost Brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Coach, this guy's taking all our Coors Light, and we don't know how to stop him.
If you don't have a guy on him, he'll hurt you bad. I mean, real bad.
I'm on him.
What's that, Mommy?
This is called a wishbone, and the one who gets the bigger half gets their
wish.
Wow, it worked.
Give her the Leo Diamond from Kay Jewelers, the first diamond ever to be independently certified for its superior brilliance. Handcrafted by the master diamond artisans at Leo Schachter, and hand-selected to match beautifully by Kay Jewelers.
What if you had one, Daddy?
Well, I kind of think I did.
Every kiss begins with K.
In New Orleans, Donovan McNabb running early to help set the tone, but Marty Morningwig on the Eagles staff saying, well, that's impressive. The knee was sore during the week, and he doesn't want Donovan doing too much running, still coming back from that injury. He studied a number of quarterbacks who've come back from similar knee injuries and doesn't want Donovan pushing it. However, it does help set the offensive tone, and it gives McNabb more of a comfort level, Sam and Tim, when it does come to rolling out and throwing the football.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. And Donovan said in the offseason he doesn't plan to do a whole lot of lifting, might do a lot of Pilates, a lot of yoga.
Well, he's one of those guys that gets in the weight room and he gets too darn big too fast.
From the 15 off the play fake, McNabb steps away from the rush. Gets rid of it to an open man. The tight end, Brent Selleck. Selleck still going. And what started off as maybe a loss turns out to be a 28-yard gain. And again, it was McNabb buying time, stepping away from the rush.
And stepped away from his old teammate in Hollis Thomas. He's trying to make up for that bad run play. Here's Hollis. He gets right up the gut. Nice little pass rush move on Jamal Jackson, but watch the mobility of McNabb right there, who's really in the right-hand grasp there of Hollis Thomas. Does enough to get away, and then Selleck sitting out there all by himself out on the flank.
That's a gain of 29 up to the 44. Osama Young in as the fifth defensive back. Mark Thibodeau has come out for New Orleans. Brian Westbrook up to the 48-yard line. Picks up 4. At his height and at his best, this was Donovan McNabb on the move. You pressured him, he broke tackles with his strength and then took off. And nobody could catch him. Last week, starting to get his legs back against the Dallas Cowboys, and we've seen it today as well. But last week, he felt like for the first time he had that burst and that power in his legs.
And he realizes in talking to him, coming off that 93 yards rushing last week, that he knows he hasn't played to the caliber he's played historically, and he's got to get it back. I'll tell you another thing, too, is he's lost some weight, which I think is providing some dividends out there on the field for McNabb.
Buckhalter in, they go end around again. And it's Westbrook who is split out, comes on the end around and gets inside the 35 down to the 32.
Let me tell you the beauty of this is they set it up with the play right before, because they ran that same action, and Josh Bullocks and the fellas on the backside held tough. Well, this time he catches them. You get this guy here, and then Bullocks ends up over here, does not get up in the running lane. See, he's headed this way. He needs to come right here. But the misdirection stuff has kept him off balance all day.
Because you have Westbrook, who's a great receiver, split out, they're looking for him to be out there as a receiver. He comes on the end of route, turns it into a big game.
Matchup problem all over the field, no matter where he lines up.
Timeout on the field. Just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. The game tied, but the Eagles on the move down to the Saints 31-yard line. Saints calling timeout. Sean Payton certainly knows the Philadelphia Eagles. He has coached against them for many, many years as a coordinator with the New York Giants, as a coordinator with the Dallas Cowboys, and now last 2 years as a head coach, and he has matched wits with Jim Johnson.
And a couple of the best in terms of an offensive mind and what Sean knows about the game, and all the stuff in terms of the pressure he puts on defenses with the different looks and doing so many things that look the same but are totally different in the execution. And then you on the other side, Jim Johnson, who historically year in and year out, Philadelphia defensively presents a lot of problems to opposing quarterbacks and game plans.
I have to correct myself. That was an Eagles timeout. Eagles first down at the Saints 31. Westbrook and Tapei in the backfield. Saints coming with a blitz. It's picked up. McNabb throwing. He's got a man. Touchdown, Reggie Brown. A perfect pass thrown by Donovan McNabb, and the Eagles take the lead for the second time of the game. And I think they victimized the rookie cornerback Usama Young on the play. With no Mike McKenzie in the secondary, the Eagles attack the Saints pass defense. And for Reggie Brown, his fourth touchdown reception. David Akers for the extra point. Of points on the board, and we're still in the first quarter, and it's 21-14 Eagles.
I'll tell you where it all starts is the blitz pickup with Tapei right here. Kraft is going to come off the edge. Tapei picks him up, and now it's look at the vantage point to his receiver, just straight down the seam now from McNabb, right on the money. He got inside the corner, Usama Young, who is out there for Mike McKenzie, because they were in nickel that time, which brings Usama Young right back into the football game and got spun around.
Marty Morningweg and Andy Reid doing a great job of play calling on the sideline right now.
And they're keeping these guys off balance, and the execution by the quarterback, I think, with the misdirection stuff has been terrific as well.
Andy Reid said his team would come to play, and they certainly have. And just a little under 2 minutes remaining, and here's what's happened. 35 points on the board. Eagles close to 200 yards offense already in only the first quarter. Saints with 110 yards of their own. See the 20-yard plus plays, 5 for the Eagles, 2 for the Saints.
Wow. Well, that's been the problem with the Saints defense all year when you talk about the explosive plays of 20 plus. One of the worst in the NFL, and I think the dynamics that Philly brings to the table are going to make it extremely difficult here to limit that in the next 3 quarters.
This is Terrence Copper on the return. And a good one up close to the 30-yard line. Chris Myers is enjoying the action. It's flying by him down on the sideline. Chris.
It's a zoom again. Aaron Stecker will have to continue to play well for the Saints to get back into this. And you and Tim talked about how tough and reliable he's been. He told me before the game that his time in Tampa, he learned what he calls running back toughness from Warwick Dunn and Mike Allstott. And Deuce McAllister was watching Stecker in the pregame warmups and said, we can do more of the same things that we did as an offense when I was in there. And Stecker said, I won't get tired. That means I'm playing if I'm in the game.
On first down, Brees still has it. Comes back across the field and completes it up to the 45-yard line to David Patton. Talking about Aaron Stecker, this man was the Wisconsin High School Player of the Year in 1993 at Ashwaubenon High School in Wisconsin. Say that 5 times fast.
Just say Green Bay, because I think that's where it is.
After going to Wisconsin, he went to Western Illinois, up to NFL Europe with the Scottish Claymores. New Orleans Saints, after After being 4 years with Tampa Bay, he went to the Saints, and that's where he is now and contributing big time. On first down, that pass broken up, intended for the tight end, Billy Miller. Reese has tried to go to Miller 3 times today and hasn't been able to get it to him.
And Omar Gaither, who got that pass breakup, slid around and got the hand up, has had a good year. And I think one silver lining about this Philadelphia Eagle football team is the young guys on defense that have started to show up. Gaither played a lot of weak side linebacker last year, has really settled into the Mike position, which is the middle linebacker, and I think allowed them to feel comfortable to let Jeremiah Trotter get off the roster.
3 receivers to the right side. The handoff inside of Pierre Thomas, and the Eagles stuff him. Throw for a loss of a yard, short of the 45-yard line. Good work inside. Roderick Bunkley and Mike Patterson. They've done a good job inside, those 2 tackles. Bunkley, I think,
he's
has
a different guy.
this year.
Well, he's a different guy. First-round pick last year, and really was not a very good football player. Was great in the weight room and brought a lot of strength, and that was a big reason why he was a first-round pick. But when you put him on the field, he just was not that good, to be frank. And Mike Patterson, you said it, is so much better this year at the run than he was over the previous couple of seasons.
3 wide receivers in. Saints have to get to the Eagles 44. Go to Patton short. He tried to cut inside. And a good job by the Eagles, Joselio Hansen, the 3rd-year man out of Texas Tech, with a good tackle. And the Saints will be forced to punt for the 2nd time in the game.
A couple of good plays there by Joselio Hansen. He's the guy on the 2 plays ago that came off the edge, which stuffed the run game, and that time to get around Zach Strief, who outweighs him by about 200 pounds, just slipped in there and made the tackle.
Well, this started good with a lot of great plays, and it's continued that way. Happy holidays, everyone. End of the 1st quarter.
MX versus ATV Untamed. Rated E for everyone.
On Hallis and Landry, there are no refs, just timekeepers. It's time for Campbell's Chunky, hearty soups to feed an NFL-size hunger. Campbell's Chunky, meals that fill you up right.
You are watching the NFL on Fox.
At Gordon's, there's still time to find a great gift from our Journey collection, like this quarter-carat pendant, just $1.99, or this half-carat pendant, just $3.99. Let a Gordon's jewelry advisor help you select just the right gift.
Wrapping?
Now you look at me and you think I'm pretty dapper, but here I am, your holiday gift wrapper. My name is Gus and I'm here to entertain you. I'm the second most famous groundhog in Pennsylvania. You got your list and you've listed all your names. Just that Pennsylvania lottery, fun new instant games. 6 games in all, and they come in different sizes, but they all have ka-ching. Big cash prizes. Oh, the games you'll be playing, the thingies you'll be matching. For holiday joy, just keep on scratching.
It's a special time of year. Time to give the ones you love the power to own the road. Welcome to the season of Audi. Visit your Audi dealer by January 2nd, or this event will be holiday history.
At Gordon's, our jewelry advisors have great last-minute gift ideas. Like these diamond solitaire earrings, princess or round, your choice, just $1.99. Find the gift you'll celebrate forever at Gordon's.
Sam Rosen, Tim Ryan, Chris Myers in a holiday mood. And so are the Saints-ations as we start the 2nd quarter. And Steve Weatherford to punt for the Eagles, his 2nd of the game. This is a good high kick. Reno Mahi waits for a fair catch. And it hits somebody in the helmet. There's a flag on the play. I believe it's going to be interference with a fair catch. That's Rick recovered by Mahe back at the 5, but I believe it hit the Saints player who was down covering.
I think it was Usama Young, but I think it hit the Eagles player. I think it hit Mahe right in the head. Because I think what happened is Usama Young got down there. He got blocked into Reno Mahe. So you see 38, here he is. Trying to get off the block. Now he gets a little push right there. He's trying to get back. That just came down and hit Mahe. Wouldn't be surprised if.
Interference with the opportunity to make a fair catch.
About that.
Number 39 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's a tough call. They call it against the Saints.
The dream is still alive. Someday it will come true. And this country, it belongs to folks like me and you. So let the voice of freedom sing out through this land. This is our country.
When you've been perfecting America's truck for 90 years, you back it with the best coverage in America. Chevy Silverado. This is our truck.
One university understands how you live today and where you want to go tomorrow. University of Phoenix, thinking ahead.
Happy holiday.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Chevy, an American Revolution. By University of Phoenix, thinking ahead. By MX vs. ATV Untamed, the video game. Available now, welcome to the unpaved. And by K Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K.
The Saints and head coach Sean Payton are upset with the ruling of the officials who ruled Usama Young interfered with the opportunity to make the fair catch. The ball came down and hit Nick Graham of the Eagles in the helmet. Eagles then recovered, but the ruling was Usama Young interfered with the opportunity.
Impeded the opportunity to make the fair catch.
So it's Eagles ball at the 35-yard line. Eagles leading 21-14. Everybody out. McNabb under pressure, drops it off to Westbrook. And he goes down at the 41-yard line, pickup of 6 on the play. We've got an update from Buffalo. Let's go to Kurt Menefee.
Well, the Bills turn the ball over on their own 23-yard line, and that set up the Giants. Brandon Jacobs takes it in from 6 yards out. It's now a 14-7 game, and you see that weather in Buffalo, Sam? I'm sure you guys are happy to be in the dome.
You are right, Kurt. It was a little cold outside. It was 75 yesterday here in New Orleans, but under 50 this morning. Westbrook splits out wide. Westbrook has now had a catch in 61 consecutive games. Tony Hunt is in, and McNabb fell down. He's still got the ball, and he's back down at the 35-yard line.
I think he just tripped over his own feet. It looked like from up here, maybe Max Gene Gillis, he got tripped up with him, but watch the feet of McNabb. I don't think anybody gets tangled up with him. I think he just stubs his toe. Yeah, he just tripped over his own left foot there.
Looked like the turf monster tackled him. Josh Cooper is in at defensive end for the Saints. Crowd getting loud. Eagles have to get to the 45 for a first down. Everybody out. McNabb with time and completes it to Jason Avant for a first down at midfield. Second-year man out of Michigan. Pickup of 15 on the play.
There's Avant right there who's just going to slide by. See, they're playing a zone right there, the cover 2 zone, and that's the hole right in front of the safety behind the nickel back, and McNabb is lethal when it comes to those 15-yard on a rope type passes.
And even though he's sending everybody out as a possible receiver, he's getting good protection up front. On first down, the play fake. McNabb rolling, being chased, and throws it away. Got away from Scott Fujita. Fujita, the linebacker, chasing him, but again, a good sign for the Eagles as McNabb bought some time, tried to make a play. First quarter statistics. Eagles rushing for 107.
Look at this.
Passing for 85.
12.8 a play for Philadelphia. This is a quarterback-driven league, and both quarterbacks through that first quarter really were solid.
And the big plays, 5 plays of 20 yards or more for the Eagles.
Be interesting to see how much Gary Gibbs chooses to blitz Donovan McNabb here, knowing Mike McKenzie is out. You've got Usama Young over here matched up, the rookie third-round pick.
And the Eagles step back and call timeout. A little confusion with 4 wide receivers on the field. Eagles have used 2 timeouts already in the first half, but they lead.
This season, give the McDonald's Arch Card and give everyone on your list exactly what they want.
From the Petersons in 2F.
From Mr. Jeffries?
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's the only gift card that gives the great taste of McDonald's.
There's a clear difference between Claritin and many allergy medicines.
The difference is Claritin Clear. Claritin gives me powerful relief that won't make me drowsy like Zyrtec can.
In fact, most pharmacists caution Zyrtec may cause drowsiness.
Non-drowsy Claritin. Live Claritin Clear.
We'll be right in. One last time.
Your brother Chuck.
Charles.
His wife Lisa was on Jeopardy.
But don't talk about that.
Ooh, the change jingler.
Uncle Phil.
And your dad ex-cop.
Perfect.
Yeah?
Let's go.
Mr. Oliver.
Adam, I've heard so much about you. You don't mind if I give you a little check here, do you? How are you? How was the traffic coming over, all right? Hey, everybody, look who's here.
Photo slideshows, blazing Wi-Fi internet, and music. All on the new Shadow. T-Mobile. Stick together.
The biggest games are decided by the smallest details. That's why Samsung imagined an LCD HD TV with twice the frames per second for exceptional motion clarity. The decision is clear. Samsung, the official HD TV of the NFL.
Need a lift?
Yeah.
Hop in.
Chevy Silverado offers 315 horsepower and the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size pickup. Better than Toyota, better than Ford.
You two, get in.
Chevy Silverado. This is our truck.
Here's a holiday greeting card to you from our ace cameraman, Bill Buzz Schwing, whose mom Louise sent the whole crew cookies. Hiya, Buzz.
There you go, Buzz.
He's one of our
Where's
anchors.
the cookies, Buzz? I didn't get one.
We got a great crew. And it's not snowing. Louise, it's not snowing on Buzz. We promise. Westbrook and Tapé in the backfield on 2nd and 10. Blitz coming. It's picked up. McNabb throws and completes it again to Reggie Brown. He's out of bounds inside the 35 to 33-yard line. He beat Jason Kraft on the play. McNabb, 7 for 10 in the game, is hooked up with 5 different receivers.
Well, and you know if you're McNabb, you're getting the blitz, so you're going to have some singled up coverage out on the outside. And nice route by Reggie Brown. Just spins Jason Kraft around. You know, that's one thing about Reggie Brown that a lot of people don't talk about. He is a very underrated route runner when you talk about getting in and out of your breaks and the burst and the explosion, which is vital to be a good receiver.
They are rotating the receivers in and out. Now both Brown and Curtis go left. And they get inside down to the 27-yard line. Let's find out what's going on in Chicago. Go back to Kurt.
Well, the Green Bay offense had been struggling all day against the Bears. That is until they handed it off to Ryan Grant. Mr. Grant takes it 66 yards for the score. His 5th straight game with a rushing touchdown. What a difference he's made to that Green Bay running game. They lead at 7-6 in the second quarter. Back to Sam and Tim.
And that is the difference, Kurt, in Green Bay when you look at it. They didn't have old Ryan Grant doing that the last time around when they gave one away to Chicago. Remember that early in the year at Lambeau.
Greg Lewis in at wide receiver. Westbrook now splits out to the right. McNabb gets time and connects again. It's Greg Lewis down to the 11-yard line. That's 6 different receivers that McNabb is connected with. And And the Eagles, with a great drive that started from the 35, is down to the Saints 11-yard line.
And here you see Westbrook, who's obviously going to take something to the defense, where the defense has to know where he is every play. Guys are looking over that way, and then you get Westbrook right over the middle of the field in a little drag route against those linebackers. So many different areas of the field they'll put Westbrook because he's such a challenge and a matchup problem.
Buckhalter is in the backfield. Westbrook is split out. Everybody out. And the short pass is a little behind Ryan Westbrook. Westbrook coming across on the pattern and around the 6-yard line. The pass down at his hip.
Watch Antoine Lake right here. He's going to go by Harriman's little arm over to the outside. That's what gets him flashes in the face. Very nice move of McNabb right there. He's got to get rid of it before he wants to. Therefore, it's a little less accurate than he'd want it to be.
2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line. Antoine Lake in at defensive tackle. Jason Avant is the 3rd wide receiver for the Eagles. The delay to Westbrook. Pushing his way close to the 5-yard line. Roman Harper, the strong safety, in on the stop. Westbrook has carried 8 times in the game.
New Orleans has played good run defense so far in this game. I mean, they had the one pop to Correll Buckhalter, the touchdown up the middle, which hurt him, and then the long scramble by Donovan McNabb. Beyond that, they've been pretty salty in run defense.
Westbrook now 7 carries, 47 yards. Mike Gasperson is in as a wide receiver. McNabb waiting, now being pressured, and down he goes. Charles Grant finally got him. Everyone was covered. That took too long. McNabb had time. There is a flag down on the play, but it's holding against the Eagles.
Holding, number 72, offense. Penalties decline. 4th down.
William Thomas, the left tackle. Nobody came open for Donovan McNabb here.
Well, there it is right there, and he's going for the double move. You saw the pump to Kevin Curtis. Now there's nobody open. That's just what you call a coverage sack. Give some credit to those New Orleans Saints, who are down their best corner with Mike McKenzie in the locker room. Gave nowhere for McNabb to go with the football through the air.
Field goal try for David Akers. They line up at the 14 to 24-yard try. Savraka is the holder. Don Dornbos is the long snapper. Akers' kick is right through. And for the 7th time in his career, David Akers has gone over 100 points in a season. He's the all-time leading scorer for the Eagles.
Blu-ray movies on PlayStation 3, starting at $3.99.
Today's Game on Fox is sponsored by Cadillac. Introducing the all-new Cadillac CTS, the 2008 Motor Trend Car of the Year.
Hello, my name is Captain Daryl Anderson. I'm with 1st Armored Division in Northern Iraq. I'd like to say hello to my parents, Wesley and Alice Anderson. I'd like to say hello to my wife, Dana Anderson, my children, Breon, Darryl Jr., and Demi. I'd like to say hello to everyone in the wonderful city of New Orleans. LSU, New Orleans Saints, we're going all the way. Laissez le bon temps rouler.
Captain, we salute you. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and be safe. And of course, right here, January 7th, LSU will go after the BCS National Championship right here on Fox. David Akers kicks off. Pierre Thomas at the 1. Nice cutback. And Joselio Hansen is able to take him down. Good return. This is the place to be. Fox is the place to watch the Big Bowl Bash. It all begins on New Year's Day, the AT&T Cotton Bowl, the All-State Sugar Bowl right here in the Superdome, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, the FedEx Orange Bowl, and it all concludes with the All-State BCS National Championship game, LSU and Ohio State, January the 7th. It all begins New Year's Day on Fox.
Is this place going to be wild for about 2 weeks?
Yes, yes.
Down here in New Orleans?
Right now, the Saints, if they're going to keep the captain's promise, have to come back. Stecker is stopped for a loss. More action in Buffalo. Let's go back to Kurt Menefee and find out what's happening.
Well, it was a roughing the punter penalty on 4th and 11 by Buffalo. So the Giants hold on to the ball in the very next play. Brandon Jacobs with his longest run of his career, 43 yards on the score, and is suddenly all even at 14. Sam and Tim.
Big comeback for the Giants. For the Saints, Aaron Stecker limping off.
And that didn't look good. Looked like he got his toe caught in the turf and maybe an ankle or something.
They shovel it out to Pierre Thomas. And Thomas able to work his way up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Stuart Bradley made the tackle, and that is a bad sign. They have had a lot of injuries at the running back position. First, it was Deuce McAllister going down early in the season and put on IR. Reggie Bush has missed the last 3 games with a knee injury. He was getting closer. He practiced a little bit this weekend. They worked him out this morning, decided to hold him out. Now Stecker limping off. There's Reggie Bush. David Patton in as the 3rd wide receiver. It's 3rd and 3. Reeves swings it out to Pierre Thomas, and he's wrapped up. That is an outstanding play by Omar Gaither, the middle linebacker. Pierre Thomas never got started.
No, he didn't, and it was perfect because they brought the blitz with these guys, and then watch Gaither. He's going to get right out there to the swing pass. He's already on his horse, knowing that, okay, we're coming with that front side blitz, which means Drew Brees is going to kick it down to his check down. I'm going to be right there to make the tackle for no gain.
The Eagles have a 10-point lead. Their defense is playing better than the Saints defense. Steve Weatherford's 3rd punt of the game. Good high kick. Reno Mahe waves for a fair catch. Takes it at the 23. Usama Young right there. But the Eagles, who have scored 4 times in 5 possessions, have the ball again.
In today's luxury game, the question isn't whether or not your car has available features like a 40-gig hard drive. It isn't about sunroofs or Sapelli wood accents, pop-up nav screens, or any of that. No, the real question is...
Smile. Merry Christmas to you.
This holiday, don't just buy stuff, do stuff, like make some memories. Choose one of 8 select video games free when you buy any PlayStation 2 console or get 20 to 50% off select RC toys. Go to Radio Shack for hot last-minute deals.
Aliens vs. Predator, rated R, opens Christmas Day.
Artificially intelligent machines determined to annihilate the human race.
Unless we stop it.
Mother, son, Terminator. They want to live like any ordinary family.
When you wear clothes, it's much better.
But the Connors will have to fight for our future.
You've reached the future leader of mankind. It may take me a little while to get back to you, but leave a message anyway.
Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, premieres Sunday, January 13th on Fox.
In New Orleans, the Saints already without Reggie Bush and, of course, Deuce McAllister, losing now Aaron Stecker, who has been reliable and durable. A lower left ankle or foot injury. He has been carted off. He came off limping, sat on the bench, stomping in pain when assisted by medical technician Sam Tim. Will keep an eye on it.
Thanks, Chris. Hank Baskett in as the third wide receiver. Hand off inside. Westbrook. Nice run. Right at the first down line. He's got enough for the first down up close to the 34-yard line. Jason David forced him out. 11-yard pickup for Westbrook. 8 carries, 58 yards already in the first half.
Well, and I think with this 24-point total here early in this game is you're going to see more man coverage by the Saints defensively. You're going to see them take more chances defensively, which is going to highlight, in my opinion, Brian Westbrook even more.
Eagles last drive for the field goal was an 11-play drive. Their 30th drive this season of 10 plays or more. McNabb just backed into Will Smith. And there is a flag on the play.
Wow,
Will Smith
holding.
just kept going by William Thomas. He overpowered him.
And William Thomas had to hold him, and that's what the call is right there from Pete
Holding.
Morelli.
Number 72. Penalties decline. Second down.
Third sack of the game for the Saints.
There's Will Smith, who's playing with more consistency lately. Just flashes inside, gets that arm, gets the edge, and then William Thomas had no chance. Just hold on to him, try to save your quarterback. He does neither.
Eagles have given up 45 sacks this season. Donovan McNabb has been sacked 40 times.
That was interesting to me, that number, 40-plus sacks for these guys, that offensive line.
4 wide receivers in. Eagles have to get to the 44 for a first down. That pass is caught by Curtis, slips one man, and gets up to the 38-yard line. And Kevin Curtis, and that should put him, he's 1 yard short of 1,000.
And you saw him right there slap his hands together one more time. And he's had a nice year, an underrated player. And I think, as Andy Reid told us, so he's hitting the wall a little bit, knowing that throughout his first 4 years in the league, he was really a third receiver in St. Louis. So being a full-time starter, going almost every play, said he's hit the wall a little bit here with Philadelphia, but he's had a nice year.
And he had the fumble recovery for a touchdown, the first score of this game. Here's third down. The blitz coming. McNabb gets rid of it. The catch is made, but short of the first down. Jason Avant with a good grab. And goes down at the 42-yard line, but short of the first down. Josh Bullocks, who's been blitzing a lot from his safety position, almost got there.
Well, about halfway through the first quarter, it seemed like Gary Gibbs just started turning guys loose and dialing up blitzes. And we saw Kraft do it a couple of times, and now Josh Bullocks over the last couple of series. Making McNabb get it out, and then they make the tackle a yard in front of the sticks.
And that was a big stop by the Saints, their first, as Savraka is in for his first punt of the game. Good high kick. Lance Moore watches it bounce, and it goes into the end zone for the touchback, and the Saints will start from the 20-yard line. 58-yard punt nets 38 yards. For the Eagles, despite not making the playoffs, they have 2 Pro Bowlers. One is Sean Andrews, his second straight Pro Bowl, the fine offensive lineman, although he's out today with an injury. And the other is Brian Westbrook, who has just been brilliant all season long, running the ball, catching the ball, and being the offensive force for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, he's had a great year. Now, I think there's a couple of guys on that roster that felt like maybe they should have been in. Trent Cole being one of them, the defensive end, who's third in the league in sacks and has had a fine year also.
Now the Saints, who have punted each of the last 3 possessions. Pierre Thomas at running back. The play fake, it's on Breeze. He's got to carry the team. And he connects here with a tight end, Billy Miller. Big tackle, hit first by Sheldon Brown, and then wrapped up by Chris Gokong. But a first down for the Saints up at the 33-yard line.
You got to love Billy Miller. Just a little drag over the middle here. Gets it and gets hammered pretty good as he gets up in the air here. Gets blasted from behind by Gokong. But Billy Miller has made a nice little career. 8 years in the league. Came out as a wide receiver. Went to Denver. Ended up down in Houston playing tight end. And he's one of those guys that doesn't look great getting off the bus, but always makes plays.
Does the job. Eric Johnson, the starting tight end, a fine receiver, is out for the Saints. Breeze checking off at the line. Blitz coming. They got him. The Saints have given up the fewest sacks in the league, but they got him. Quentin Michael coming from his safety position takes down Drew Brees, only the 13th sack of the season.
And I think what they do here is they just send more than New Orleans can block. Look at all the white jerseys come flying in here. Stuart Bradley comes free, has to run over Pierre Thomas right there. And you see Quentin Michael and Bradley both converging on the sack.
The ball back to the 25-yard line. They have to get to the 43 for a first down. 2nd and 18. Pierre Thomas is the running back. Everybody out. Breeze throws too high. He wanted to get it to Billy Miller. Quentin Michael was the deep man on the coverage. And it'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Saints.
And that's what Jim Johnson has to do. He's got to keep Drew Brees uncomfortable by showing him different looks, by sending different blitzes. If Drew gets in a rhythm, which clearly he started in this game with all the consecutive completions, he is so hard to stop.
Up in Buffalo, the Giants, who started the game down 14-0, have now taken a 17-14 lead on the Buffalo Bills.
Those Giants completely control their own destiny in terms of the playoffs.
If they win, they're in. Minnesota will play tonight at home against Washington. Breeze humps, throws deep. Devery Henderson dropped it. He was open. He had it in his hands and didn't hold on.
Drops have been an issue for Devery Henderson really since he got here as a 2nd-round pick. He's going to sit down right in what you call the cover 2 hole between the safety and the corner and just took his eyes off the football, which was perfectly thrown by Brees.
Saints have the most drop passes in the NFL.
Across the board. And think of their quarterback's numbers with all those drop passes. Wow.
That's right. 4 consecutive possessions have ended now in punts by Steve Weatherford. Good high kick. Backs up Reno Mahe to the 15. Slips, gets up, and is tripped up. That's a nice tackle by Troy Evans. At the 15-yard line, it's a 60-yard punt by Steve Weatherford. Good coverage by the backup linebacker, Troy Evans. Tonight on Fox at 7/6 Central, a heartwarming episode of The Simpsons you won't want to miss. And then this is for you, Tim. Get some popcorn, sit down, and watch the action-packed blockbuster Spider-Man 2 with Kirsten Dunst.
You like Kirsten Dunst?
Oh, yes, I do. The Simpsons, Spider-Man 2, start tonight at 7/6 Central right here on Fox. Glad you're with us on this holiday on this weekend before Christmas.
You know, we've had a lull in the points here over the last 10 minutes. I think a big part of it is defensively, both the Saints and Philadelphia have been able to get pressure on the quarterbacks.
McNabb checking off. Inside, it's Westbrook. Nice moves. Up to the 23-yard line.
Boy, he is
8 on the play.
Shifty in the middle of the field. Watch Harriman's. He's going to pull out here, and he's going to kick out Charles Grant. But then watch the move as the crease opens up. There's the running lane. Watch this move by Westbrook on Fujita. I mean, he is never, ever going backwards or sideways. Even when he makes those moves, he's always headed in the forward direction.
Greg Lewison is the 3rd wide receiver. 2nd and 2 for the Eagles. Short drop by McNabb. The pass is batted away. Good breakup by Jason David on the play. Pass intended for Reggie Brown. For the Eagles today, Donovan McNabb, 10 for 15, 154 yards. Brian Westbrook, 9 carries, 66 yards. Reggie Brown, 2 catches, 49. 6 different receivers have caught passes today for the Eagles.
And you can tell in the run game here in this 2nd quarter that Westbrook's starting to find his rhythm a little bit with the patience.
Here's 3rd and 2. Westbrook slipped a tackle, turns it into a nice game, still going, and gets up to the 39-yard line. Jason Kraft took him down. Westbrook, again, showing great patience and very slippery, tough to bring down. He picked up 16 on the play.
Well, that's the patience that I talk about. Watch 29 come flying into the hole right there. And the patience of Westbrook, looking like he's ready to absorb the hit, throws a little head fake, step sideways, and picks up a big first down.
Man,
always moving in a forward direction.
He is something. 10 carries, 82 yards for Brian Westbrook. one catch here in the first half. And we go to the sideline to Chris Myers.
Well, you can't say enough about Brian Westbrook. In fact, some of the Eagle players were saying he won't get it, but he should be an MVP award winner for the league, or at least a candidate. And some of the Saints defensive players said in pregame warmups they were watching him then just so they could get used to keeping an eye on him. In fact, Marty Morningwig said he could be a #1 receiver. He has a skill set if he wanted to do that full time, and he's barely 5'10", but he has the toughness. In fact, the last couple of weeks he's picked up speed a little bit. He has the toughness to play through an entire season and not let up at all.
You saw the total yards today, Chris, at 88. If another 23 yards, and he will set a franchise record for most yards from scrimmage in a single season. A pass, Kevin Curtis with a grab, but he was juggling it as he fell out of bounds. It's incomplete. Good throw by McNabb. Curtis, he thought he had it. He didn't like the official's call, but the ruling was he didn't have possession as he fell out of bounds.
You know, you talk about Brian Westbrook as a receiver. I think it's pretty obvious when you see him line up on the field and they split him out and they cover him with a corner that the guy is a threat in the passing game when they put a cornerback on him rather than a safety or an X-factor type player. And I tell you, he's one of those guys, and talking to Sean Payton, who's got his own Westbrook type player, and Reggie Bush said, pattern yourself after a guy like Brian Westbrook. Break down that film and learn how to play like he does.
Everybody out. McNabb going up top for Lewis, but he overthrows him. Mason Kraft covering on the play. The Saints going without Mike McKenzie. Donovan McNabb seemed to feel he had his man. He thought if he threw it right, he would have had Greg Lewis. 10 for 17 in the game. You're talking about these Westbrook, who's now developed into a veteran. We talked to LaDainian Tomlinson about Reggie Bush and talked to the Eagles.
And even Andy Reid said it. He said, you know, ideally Bush should be better than
That's
Westbrook.
right.
He's faster, he's bigger, not quite as patient with the experience yet on Sunday.
They stopped the play. There was a timeout called as the play clock was winding down.
Philadelphia, third and final team timeout. Will be a 30-second timeout.
Pete Morelli tells you the Eagles have used all of their timeouts. Still 2:27 remaining in the first half. And don't forget, as the regular season winds up next week, we go on to the playoffs right here on Fox. Wild card game January the 6th. Fox will carry you through the NFC playoffs and right through the Super Bowl here on Fox from Glendale, Arizona. And the playoff picture, Dallas winning last night 13-2. Green Bay is trailing in Chicago. If Green Bay loses, Dallas gets home field through the playoffs. Seattle and Tampa Bay, they are division winners. Giants need a win today, and they're leading. If they win, they're in. Minnesota could get a playoff spot if they win tonight.
And
if
Denver
the Saints
next week,
lose,
if the Saints lose, they're in. The way that happens, I think when you size it up, New Orleans, if they can fight their way in and squeeze in, will go on the road, either at Seattle or at Tampa Bay. And I'll tell you, Sean Payton's teams, I think 10-5 since he's been here as road warriors. They're pretty good away from home.
They need a comeback today. Right now, they need a stop of the Eagles, who have 3 wide receivers in on 3rd and 10. McNabb, pressured, gets away from Grant. Looking, starts to run, and the pass juggled and is out of bounds, incomplete. McNabb right at the line of scrimmage. The Saints feel he crossed the line of scrimmage. Sean Payton talking to the referee, Pete Morelli, about it, claiming that McNabb had crossed the line of scrimmage when he threw the pass.
Well, you can tell just watching McNabb that knee is getting close in terms of his ability to extend plays and to buy time and to keep his eyes downfield and not even thinking about the knee. Delivered a strike there that Curtis should have caught.
The good sign for the Saints is now they've stopped the Eagles back-to-back possessions. Second punt for Sav Rocca, former Australian Bulls football star. This one off the side of his foot, bounces at the 31. Eagles have it covered. Good roll for Philadelphia. And it stops at about the 17-yard line. Turns into a very nice punt for the Eagles of 43 yards. We have reached the 2-minute warning. The Saints are trailing. They've got to find a way to come back.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
You never know what part of the internet you'll need. The should you take sunblock part. The how's traffic to the airport part. The what about an ocean view room part. Or the can you really afford this part. Which is why all the parts of the internet are on the iPhone.
Red 88.
And now another priceless pep talk from Peyton Manning.
Heard you're bummed about driving a minivan. That's okay. It's okay. Is it at least like a sport turbocharged minivan or something? No? All right, here's what you're gonna do. Take that baby out and paint some flames on it. Or get a cool decal. Maybe like a number 18 on the side or something. Yeah. You're feeling me. You love it.
Go to Priceless.com for a personalized pep talk you can send to a friend.
You can practice risk avoidance. You can aspire to blend in quietly. You can live in, wear, and drive social camouflage. And you can believe in the philosophy that the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. Or
FedEx presents the Air and Ground NFL Players of Week 15. Jacksonville's David Garrard had 197 yards passing and 3 touchdowns in the Jaguars' win in Pittsburgh. In the same game, the Jaguars' Fred Taylor ran for 147 yards and scored the game-winning touchdown. Vote for the FedEx Air and Ground NFL Players of the Week at FedEx.com/football.
Critics call it genius, volatile, and controversial.
Do fat people repulse you?
Are you ready for The Moment of Truth, premiering Wednesday, January 23rd on Fox?
New Orleans Saints have some serious injury issues. Marcus Colston, their top receiver, went to the locker room. Aaron Stecker is out. They're down to Pierre Thomas and Mike Carney at running back because the backup first-year man, Jamal Branch, suffered a broken leg early in the game. This is quick outside to Terrence Copper. Copper angles his way out of bounds for a first down across the 28-yard line.
How about the last punt by Philly? Watch the clock here and how intelligent this football team is. Why down it and give Drew Brees and the Saints another opportunity for a play before the 2-minute drill, or the 2-minute warning. And then you see last week as Westbrook, a chance here, and I know fantasy people are going crazy, a chance here to extend it 17-6 against the Cowboys. Takes a knee at the 1. Cowboys have no timeouts left. They preserve the win. Competitive advantage any way you can get it. Philadelphia is a bright football team.
They needed to run out the clock, and they did. Brees steps up, throwing deep. He's got a man, and he overthrows Lance Moore. Moore was open. So with all the injuries, everything is now on the shoulders of Drew Brees.
And Drew had exactly what he wanted. Lance Moore on a safety there, and Brian Dawkins. He went by Dawkins, and Brees just got rid of that a little too soon, overthrew him by about 2 or 3 yards.
Devery Henderson comes in replacing Lance Moore. 2nd and 10 for the Saints at the 28-yard line. Saints have 2 timeouts remaining. Everybody out. Pass is batted down right back to Brees. And he takes it up to the 36-yard line. Heads up play by Drew Brees.
And who started on fire in this game. And I think Jim Johnson's got it figured out. We have got to get guys in his face with the blitz. And that time was Dawkins coming from his safety position who got up and got a hand on it, went right back to Brees. We've seen that happen to Drew Brees a couple times this year. But I think that's the deal. I mean, you start with, in the first quarter and a half, the quarterbacks on both sides were terrific. Jim Johnson defensively started dialing up pressures, and Brees' numbers haven't been nearly as consistent.
Brees started the game 6 for 6. And then, since then, 4 for his last 12. He's 10 for 18 now. 1 touchdown pass, 154 yards.
Especially now with Colston out, I think it gives him a great ability, Philadelphia, to really lock down with some man coverage and send extra blitzers and extra rushers every pass down.
Now they go empty backfield as Pierre Thomas, the running back, splits way out to the right. 4 wide receivers are in the game. On 3rd and 3, Breeze throws short, completes to Lance Moore. First down at the 40-yard line. Chris Gokong on the coverage. And they use another timeout. So the Saints are done with their timeouts here in the first half. Don't forget the Visa halftime report coming up. We send you back to the studio where Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy are standing by. They'll have the latest NFL scores and highlights around the league. Fox Sports Ticker gets you up to date on all your fantasy players and a whole lot more coming up on the Visa halftime report. There is the field goal kicking man, Martin Gramatica, who was out on the street, signed as a free agent when Olindo Mare went down with a season-ending injury 2 weeks ago.
Well, and you know the Saints are going for 6 here and to try to get into the end zone, but if they are going to settle for a field goal, they got to get it at least down to the 35, which maxes out the range of Gramatica. He can only go about 52.
On first down, protection for Breeze. He drops it off short. Pierre Thomas works his way up to the 47-yard line. And they've got to go hurry up now. Clock running. Saints go no huddle. They've got Billy Miller, the tight end, lined up in the backfield. Now everybody out. Pressure on Breeze. Goes to Miller. Gets to the sideline, steps out of bounds in Eagles territory at the 49-yard line. Sheldon Brown pushed him out. A little over a minute remaining. The Eagles scored first on a fumble recovery in the end zone by Kevin Curtis. Then the Saints scored on their first 2 possessions and had a 14-7 lead. The Eagles came right back and scored on their next 3 possessions. And have the 24-14 lead. Breeze has a man along the sideline, and it's incomplete. That was Terrence Copper, the intended receiver. Injuries have hit the Saints hard. Their starting running back, Aaron Stecker, out with an ankle injury. Marcus Colston, their 1,000-yard receiver, has caught over 90 passes this season, is out. He went to the locker room. We're trying to get word on him.
They've lost their number 3 running back in Jamal Branch, so now you're talking Pierre Thomas, the undrafted rookie, is going to have to be your bell cow the rest of the way here.
Everybody out. Breeze under pressure, throws, and completes it to the Eagles' 35-yard line to David Patton.
Getting into that Gramatica range. Let's remember now, look, no timeouts left. Got to start working the sideline. They're going to, I'm sure, clock this one to stop that clock. Now they'll try for another play or 2, I would imagine, down the sideline. They always have the clock play to get Gramatica out there with no timeouts to try to get a shot at a field goal.
A flag downfield around the 14-yard line. Let's check this out. Pete Morelli will fill us in.
Defense, outside, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
The Eagles called for the offside on the spike. Did they never get back on to the line of scrimmage?
Well, that's
Apparently
either
not.
a guy was in the neutral zone at the time or a guy had not gotten, as you said, back on the defensive side of the line of scrimmage before the snap.
Saints get a free 5 yards. They're now at the 30-yard line and in Gramatica field goal range. With some time to get a couple of plays coming. The blitz coming. It's batted in the air, incomplete. Joselio Hansen. Boy, Hansen, third-year man out of Texas Tech. He's really showing up in this game.
He's played well a couple of times making tackles, but coming with pressure. You'll see here as he comes as a free runner and just gets the bat down on Drew Brees. That time they came off both edges with the nickel corner and with the other corner coming off the slot. Jim Johnson, every play over the last 6 or 7 pass plays has brought pressure off the edge to try to make Drew Brees either hold it or make a bad decision and get it out quick.
Brees under pressure, steps back and throws it away. He's outside the pocket. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5. Well, we talked about the injuries for the Saints. Deuce McAllister out early in the season on IR with a knee injury. Reggie Bush has missed the last 3 games with a knee. Aaron Stecker went out here in the first half with an ankle and foot injury, carted off the field, and Jamal Branch, the first-year man out of Colgate, suffered a broken leg on special teams play.
So do you take a shot at the end zone, or do you try to set up Gramatica with a few more yards? Well, there it is.
They're swinging out to Thomas, and they lost yards.
Don't like it
Lost
at all.
yards back to the 38-yard line. And now Gramatica comes on the field.
I mean, if you're gonna just take a little shot in the pass game to get better position for your kicker, you do something across the line of scrimmage. That you don't throw a swing pass and allow the defense to get you on a tackle for loss.
That hurts. That now brings up a 55-yard attempt by Gramatica, and it's on the way, and it is good. How about that? Martin Gramatica ties his career long. A 55-yard field goal to end the first half. A huge one for Martin Gramatica. In 2000, he hit one from 55. The hold was good, the snap good, and he got it all.
That could have gone 60.
Wow. I thought that loss on that last play might have taken him out of range, but it didn't.
Well, you know how they players that come back off injury or guys that just get signed, they say fresh legs. I guess with Gramatica, you can say fresh legs.
Big 3 points for the Saints. It's now a 7-point game at halftime.
Next week on the Built Ford Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame show, TB shines a spotlight on the year's best as he hands out his annual Terry Awards. Then, Tony Romo, T.O. and the NFC East champion Cowboys look to roll into the postseason. But Clinton Portis and the Redskins are gunning for the upset in the NFL's fiercest rivalry. It's another slate of great NFL action next week on Fox NFL Sunday.
From our family to yours, happy holidays from Fox 29.
It's the most magical time of the year. Experience advanced performance and technology at Acura's Drive Home for the Holidays sales opportunity.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2008 Acura TSX for well-qualified customers.
Now, see, when people think of Geico, right, they think of car insurance. And of course, saving money. But sometimes that can lead even the savviest driver astray. Take, for example, the motorcycle owner. He calls Geico wanting to save money on his car insurance, only to realise that he doesn't actually own a car. Well, needless to say, he's quite embarrassed, isn't he? Doesn't matter. Geico insures motorcycles and ATVs as well. That way, no one ends up looking foolish.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
When I was a kid, there was nothing I looked forward to more than the holidays. I've kept that feeling because I've simplified the holidays. When I need to get charged up for a gift shopping run, I head to Dunkin' Donuts and I grab a cup of vanilla spiced coffee. Then I'm good to go. And I'll split a gingerbread donut with my mom for a little extra taste of the holidays. Delish. America runs on Dunkin'.
Pick up a dozen of our holiday decorated donuts and spread a little cheer this season.
Call Linda.
Calling Linda.
Call office. Call Matt. Call Armand. Call Karen.
Calling Karen.
The 2008 Ford Fusion. No matter who you are behind the wheel, the Fusion can handle it.
Philadelphia Eagles in the role of spoilers grab the lead. McNabb on this rollout, and keeper had the ball punched out by Josh Bullocks, but Kevin Curtis recovered in the end zone. Eagles grabbed the lead. Then the Saints came back. Aaron Stecker, 3-yard run, then a 1-yard run after some big plays. Then it was Carell Buckhalter with a 20-yard touchdown run and a touchdown pass, 31 yards to Reggie Brown. Coming up next, it's the Visa Halftime Report.
Visa makes it easier for NFL fans to get ready for game day. Life takes Visa.
Time's running out to leave the perfect hint for your wish list. Dreams still come true during the Lincoln Wish List event. Featuring the Lincoln MKX, the fastest selling luxury crossover. And the season's hottest new must-have, exclusive sync from Microsoft. From now until January 2nd, open one up for yourself at this great holiday rate. But hurry, the Lincoln Wish List event ends soon.
A brand new tradition is coming to Fox. Like the holidays, it brings family and friends together. Unlike the holidays, there's a lie detector test.
Is there a part of your husband's body that repulses you?
Want to find out who's been naughty or nice?
Have you ever padded your underwear to look more well endowed?
Then you gotta watch this.
Actually, the answer is yes.
The Moment of Truth premieres Wednesday, January 23rd on Fox.
And with the win over Miami, the Patriots will go for a perfect season live on NFL Network.
What started as a dream is now on the threshold of reality. The genius coach, the golden boy quarterback, poised to lay claim as the greatest football team ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man, I hope the Giants win.
If you're already a dynasty, what comes after that?
The Patriots take on the Giants. Patriots, Giants. Catch it live on NFL Network.
The Visa Halftime Report is sponsored by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Life takes Visa.
When 2007 ends, the fun begins right here on Fox. It starts New Year's Day with the AT&T Cotton Bowl, followed by the Allstate Sugar Bowl. Then on the second, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. The very next day, the FedEx Orange Bowl comes your way, and it all wraps up with the Allstate BCS National Championship game on January 7th. Remember, this is the Allstate Bowl Bash here on Fox beginning January 1st. But right now, it's the Visa Halftime Report. Kurt Menefee along with Terry, Howie, and Jimmy, and the Green Bay Packers trying to win and keep pace with the Dallas Cowboys, and Philadelphia trying to beat New Orleans as well.
Yeah, Eagles on the road. Donovan McNabb, little play action, Howie. Watch how I just paced myself here. Then he points downfield, says, y'all block that fella right there. Well, he didn't see the old boy coming up from behind. He punched the ball out of his hand, rolls into the end zone, Jimmy, and there, of course, is number 80. Kevin Curtis recovers for the Eagles touchdown. Aaron Stacker then returns, gets over from 1 yard out. So we got a 14-7. It is New Orleans on top of the Eagles. Play action. McNabb frees the safety with his eyes. Skinny post. There it is to Brown, and it's 24-17. Eagles on top of the New Orleans Saints. Huh?
You and I picked the Eagles, didn't we?
I know. Chicago hosting the Green Bay Packers. They already beat them once. There's John Ryan's punt blocked by Darryl McClover. 2 punts blocked in the first half led to a field goal, 3-0 Bears on top of Green Bay. Then on the ensuing drive, 4th down for the Bears. Kyle Orton pass dropped by Muslim Mohammed. Still 3-0 Bears over Green Bay out of the eye. Off right tackle Ryan Grant. Here he goes. It's the NFL's leading rusher. If you listen to Howie, after the 8th week of the season, this guy's the best there is. Second best there is. Okay, whatever. It's 7-6 Green Bay. And then Peterson takes it in for the touchdown, 13-7. Kyle Orton then goes back, finds Clark, the tight end. 2-point conversion is good. And the Bears are on top of the Packers, 21-7, looking for a sweep. Emotional return, Kevin Everett, tight end for the Buffalo Bills, going back home. Welcome home, Kevin. We're so proud of you and thankful that you're able to get up and walk, my young friend. Trent Everett's quarterback, 42-yard strike to Roscoe. Parrish led to Lee Evans, touchdown, 14-0 Bills. Then the rains come, and oh no, how disappointed were all of you to see the cheerleaders leaving with their little Santa Claus outfits on. Brandon Jacobs, longest touchdown run on the year. This 43-yarders ties the game with the Giants and the Bills, and then the Giants go on to get a field goal, 17-14. It is Giants over Buffalo. Houston at Indy. Peyton Manning is so good. Watch him semi-roll right. Semi-chunk it out there at the tight end Dallas Clark for 6-yard touchdown reception. All Colts over the Houston Texans, 24-7. Oakland and Jacksonville. Fred Taylor made the Pro Bowl. Going to get at least how much money, Kurt?
40 grand for winning, 20 grand on the losing team.
Not a bad day's work as an alternate. But on this day, he's not. He's the first alternate. Into the end zone, 62-yard touchdown run, 7-0 Jacksonville. Then it's Maurice Jones, Drew. Very hard for me to say that fast, folks. 14-yard touchdown. It is all Jaguars over the Raiders at halftime, 28-3.
Jags win, they're in the playoffs. Cleveland wins, they're in the playoffs, but they're down 19-0 to Cincy.
Only guy I know is so quick he doesn't have a shadow. Barry Sanders, welcome back in the house. Paris Lennon intercepts Brody Croyle. Croyle takes it back. Croyle takes nothing back. The ball is returned by Lennon, 61 yards. Howie, leave me alone. It's 19-0. Lions over Kansas City. Don't interrupt me when I'm trying to do these. The folks out there sitting there hanging on my every word. 22-14.
I didn't say anything.
You thought about it.
I didn't say
you
it.
wanted
I
to.
did think about it. I did think
Merry
about
Christmas.
it.
All right, Jimmy, get me to Philadelphia and New Orleans.
Donovan McNabb here a week when he's telling the Philadelphia people, say, hey, please love me. Please appreciate what I am. Leading this offense close to 300 yards total offense, 10 for 18, 154 yards. Hey, appreciate this guy because you don't know what you're going to get if you don't have him.
Yeah, and he might still be there next year. Philadelphia knows what they have behind him. We saw what they had earlier in the year, and what's this rookie going to look like? Donovan's ability to slide in the pocket as he broke that long run, as Terry showed us in the highlight, his ability to move, it looks like Donovan again, more and more each week.
Yeah. All right, and remember, New Orleans has to win this game if they want to stay alive in the playoff race. Second half comes your way right after this on the Visa Halftime Report.
The Visa Halftime Report is sponsored by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Life takes Visa.
Hawaii, Georgia, the All-State Sugar Bowl, New Year's Day, only on Fox.
John Polaris is back January on Fox 29.
Tis the season to drop a hint. Lease a BMW 528i for $519 a month, now until January 2nd, and we'll make a contribution to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Communicate in less than a second on the largest and fastest push-to-talk network.
Nice work.
The new, rugged i335 with Nextel Direct Connect. That's getting it done at sprint speed.
You get a voicemail, you hear your death, and then you die.
Call came in 2 nights ago.
Everybody seems to be linked together somehow. I'm gonna be next.
The girls need protection.
One missed call. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters January 4th.
We're here today testing for the new Volkswagen Sign and Drive event, where you can get a new VW for practically just your signature. Just sign and drive. Introducing the Sign, Then Drive year-end event. Even better.
No down payment, no first month's payment, 0 due at signing. Now until January 2nd.
Visa makes it easier for NFL fans to get ready for game day. Life takes Visa, a proud sponsor of the NFL.
Welcome back to the Superdome in New Orleans, and we wish you the happiest of holidays. Right now, the Philadelphia Eagles with the lead for the New Orleans Saints. It's on the line. They have to find a way to win this game. And really, with the injury to Aaron Stecker, it's all on Drew Brees.
Yeah, it is. And I think Drew Brees, 1 for 6 on third down is a big stat from the first half that we'll keep an eye on here for the second half. He's got to be more successful on third down, which is the money down. And then I think it'll be interesting to watch Donovan McNabb in the second half of this game, as well as New Orleans in the second quarter there, started to get some pretty good pressure on him. But the problem with that was Westbrook started to get it going in the running game there in the second quarter as well.
David Akers kicks it off to start the second half, and on the return is Lance Moore. Moore tries to get outside. The Eagles are there and rock him down at the 21-yard line. Thomas Tapeh was there along with Akeem Jordan. We get an update from the sideline from Chris Myers.
Sam, the Eagles suffering an injury. Brian Dawkins, their safety, with a right foot injury x-ray, so he may not be able to go in the second half. Andy Reid telling his offense, stay aggressive. We're going to pick on the spot vacated by Mike McKenzie, the injured Saints corner, who is unlikely to return. But Sean Payton just told me he hopes to get Aaron Stecker back with that foot and ankle injury. They're trying to wrap him up so he can go in the second half. Marcus Colston, some congestion after getting hit hard in the chest. They hope he can go. I know it's K-ville, Sam, but today in New Orleans is more like an episode of House.
I think you're right, Doctor. On the screen pass, Pierre Thomas is wrapped up and taken down hard at the 27-yard line. Looks like one of the Eagles. Is it Chris Gokong that's down on the field? Or is that Bunkley?
That's Broderick
Bunkley
yeah.
who chased him down, and Bunkley is shaken up after making the tackle. There is a flag on the play. That's Jeff Fain, the center of the offensive line.
Roughing the passer, number 58. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's on Trent Cole, who hasn't been able to get close to Drew Brees thus far in the game, but this time he did.
Well, he's running the edge out here to your right on Jamal Brown. There it is right there, hands up to the face. Good call and an easy call there for Pete Morelli. How about the motor Trent Cole plays with, though? Just in watching the tape there, and even Andy Reid said it, there's not a guy in the league right now, and there's a few that are playing as hard. There's not a guy in the league that's playing harder from snap to whistle than Trent Cole.
Came into the game 12.5 sacks, third in the NFL. But takes the penalty, and that's a big penalty. Brings the ball out to the 42-yard line.
Should be interesting, too, and watching how much Jim Johnson blitzed there in the second quarter on Drew Brees is how the blitz pickup will be without Aaron Stecker in the backfield as the running back.
Bunkley is out. Kimo von Oelhoffen, number 66, in on the defensive line for the Eagles. Brees, pressure, gets rid of it and completes it into Eagles territory at the 44-yard line to...
Not sure they don't get a hold here on Chris Gokong.
70, offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Gokong putting pressure around the right side of the offense, but it was Jamal Brown on the left side that it ended up getting the foul called on for a hold there.
So a big gain is brought back. There's the hold on Trent Cole. Oh, good job by Cole once again. Cole's getting off the ball quickly here. There's Aaron Stecker on the sideline. And you heard Chris say that they're hoping he might be able to come back into the game. Ball back to the 32-yard line. Draw play. Pierre Thomas. Thomas gets up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The rookie out of Illinois picking his way through the hole, the big bodies. And Pierre Thomas at 5'11".
The undrafted rookie, too. That's the beauty of it. And they ended up cutting their fourth-round pick, if you remember, who ended up going over to St. Louis. Pierre Thomas beat him out in the preseason.
Terrence Copper in as a third wide receiver. Saints have to get to the Eagles 48 for a first down. Brees has time. And then couldn't step into the throw as late pressure came up. Once again, Trent Cole gets up. He says they're holding me again. But he's getting off the ball to start the second half. Be a third and long. First half statistics.
This is the one right here that started to get cranked up for Philadelphia in the second quarter. They had limited Westbrook pretty solidly in the first quarter, but the second quarter he started getting a couple of big pops, a couple of 20-yard runs here and there.
Everything else pretty close. One turnover in the game by the Eagles on a fumble. The fumbled handoff. The fumbled charge to Donovan McNabb. Brees has to go short to Pierre Thomas. Midfield. First down. Good speed by Pierre Thomas. He was left alone. And a collision where the Eagles, Gaither and Sheldon Brown, both shaken up, making the tackle. And there's Pierre Thomas, and he's shaken up. Excuse me, that was Billy Miller, the tight end. We'll step out for a moment.
Nick, the guy's a machine. He's extremely productive. But you never see him working late. You never see him working on weekends.
It's uncanny. I don't know how he does it.
Nick, I'll never forget the time he made 4 sales presentations in 4 different cities in the same day, and he closed every one. Amazing.
Disciplined investing. It isn't about star fund managers. At T. Rowe Price, it's about experienced investment teams that stay the course. For each 3, 5, and 10-year period, over 70% of our mutual funds beat their Lipper average. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
Oh my God. Yes.
You don't know the entire sticks.
That's all right. Yeah, no, you're gonna. I can't believe you'll know. 81 Broadway in Brooklyn.
Well, I'm glad you guys are taking us along with you.
Hello?
Hey, Sarah. Do you want us to get you something to go?
The panoramic Vista roof in the 24 miles per gallon 2008 Ford Edge.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines' convenient nonstop flights, it's like having your own company plane. By T. Rowe Price, providing investment management excellence for over 70 years. Invest with confidence. And by the Ford Edge, spirit of a sports car, versatility of an SUV.
Omar Gaither and Sheldon Brown going to the sideline. Gaither looked like he got the worst of it. He's on the bench. Brown looks like he's ready to come back in. Here Thomas with a big hole. And there's some good running. Buckley, Roderick Buckley back in, made the tackle on Pierre Thomas. Aaron Stecker has now come back into the game.
Good block right here by Mike Carney on Akeem Jordan. There's the kick out. You got all the good down blocks. The receiver out there making a nice block, and Lance Moore.
Aaron Stecker back in the game.
That's good news right there.
And for a good run by Pierre Thomas. Sheldon Brown is back on for Philadelphia. William James has replaced him briefly. They make the end around. Stecker with a nice hole. Breaking free. Stecker inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. How's that for a return? You come out of the medical room all taped up and run for 26. And the Saints have a 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Well, and no Omar Gaither, but watch Kokong get squeezed down inside. There's the push down by Stinchcomb on Mike Patterson. Now you break a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. It's another 15-plus yard run.
Omar Gaither is out. Stuart Bradley, the rookie out of Nebraska, has replaced him at linebacker. Carney and Stecker in the backfield. Carney the fullback. Quick on the slant. David Patton inside the 1. Did not get in.
He still thinks he did. Yeah. Oh, look. David thinks it's a touchdown. What?
He's got the ball. Oh, he said, come on.
This ball a little bit behind him, but a terrific job of just holding on to it. Yeah, it looked like his rear end was down on the 1, and the ball had yet to cross the goal line. Probably the only place Drew Brees could put it with the linebacker there in his passing lane.
And it looks like Sean Payton is going to challenge.
New Orleans is challenging the ruling on the field that the receiver broke the plane of the goal line.
All right. Take another look here.
I think the ball being in his left hand is going to make it down on the 1.
Play artist Smashing Pumpkins. That's a sync system. Voice activates MP3s, cell phones.
Do that again. Play artist Tiffany. Play artist Michael Bolton.
Play artist Korn.
MPGs meet MP3s. The new 35 miles per gallon 2008 Ford Focus.
There's one at every party.
Can one of this?
The designated loud talker. The designated hair product guy. The designated dad dancer. Of course, the designated spiller. The designated wandering eyes guy. And what is that? The designated appetizer hog. And me, I'm the designated driver.
We all play a part. Thanks for being responsible.
Get on in there, tumbleweed.
Okay, accessibility.
Telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Today's Game on Fox is sponsored by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. New Orleans will be in charge, a timeout, first team timeout, and a challenge.
There's the angle, I think that'll show it. The hit by J.R. Reed, and Patton goes down. The ball's still outside the end zone.
Yeah, rear end down right there at the one, and the ball in his left hand. And probably had to be in his left hand because of where Drew Brees had to place it on the throw a little bit behind the receiver. I don't know how Sean Payton called a challenge so fast. I mean, that was a hard one to see. At the end of the day, we'll see if it haunts him in terms of losing that timeout.
It is 2nd and goal inside the 1. 2 tight ends in. Carney, the fullback, pushing, and denied. Wow, that was some tough battle. And the Eagles held him out.
Watch the scrum right at the line of scrimmage with the big fellas. Look at all the green pants and white jerseys on this side of the line of scrimmage. That's the key to goal line defense.
Look at Bradley, the rookie who's in for Omar Gaither, did a good job. Here's 3rd and goal inside the 1. And Bradley makes another good play and keeps him out. And here is 4th and 1. That was Aaron Stecker looking for his 3rd touchdown of the game, and Sean Payton's got to come up with one here.
Boy, the D-line, again, just great penetration. Bunkley, Kimo von Oelhoffen. When you penetrate like a defensive line like that, that allows your linebackers to run free.
Now, it's
Bradley
early.
ran free and got another tackle for loss.
It's early here, Tim. Would you put 3 points on the board for sure? But Saints aren't going to do it.
I'd have taken the field goal.
Okay, 2 tight ends in. 4th and 1. Stecker. No, denied. Goal line stand by the Eagles. They keep him out. And the ball goes over to Philadelphia on a great goal line stand.
Based on what I saw from the 2 plays previous and what that defensive line was doing and reestablishing a new line of scrimmage back here, I would have never chose a run here to try to punch it in on 4th down.
Big play up front. And didn't the rookie Stuart Bradley do a great job?
Yes.
You know, I'm gonna order 2 entire steaks.
That's all right. Yeah, no, you're gonna. I can't believe you on that. 81 Broadway in Brooklyn.
Well, I'm glad you guys are taking us along with you.
Hello?
Hey, Sarah. Do you want us to get you something to go?
The panoramic Vista roof in the 24 miles per gallon 2008 Ford Edge.
This season, give the McDonald's Arch Card and give everyone on your list exactly what they want.
From the Petersons in 2F.
For Mr. Jeffries?
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's the only gift card that gives the great taste of McDonald's.
Rated RP to M. PlayStation 3, starting at $399.
More places. That's what you can expect from the largest digital voice and data network in America.
You're the only reason I keep on coming home.
Switch to the network you can trust, AT&T. Now get 50% off all Samsung phones, like the new Slider.
Well, Sean Payton kept bucking the wall and the wall wouldn't budge. And now the Eagles from the 2. Will this be the turning point of the game? McNabb out of the shotgun. with Westbrook in the backfield. Completes to Jason Avant, who's up at the 6, up to the 7-yard line, picked up 5 on the play. Jason Kraft
going to get a rough on Will Smith, I think, on Donovan McNabb. A little extracurricular
foul,
activities.
Roughing the passer, number 91. 15-yard penalty, first down.
And again, you see all the more reason. The Saints had a sure 3 points. They gave it up trying to fight their way, push their way against the Eagles' run defense, which was really stiff down at the goal line.
And it's not the first time this year we've seen the Saints try to force it against resistance. You take the easy 3 here. Or there, excuse me. Oh, Will Smith gets pushed right into him by Harriman.
Oh boy, that's a tough call.
That is a real
Saints.
tough call on Will Smith, who had clearly given up and said okay, and then Harriman's came and jacked him in the back, which forced him to have contact on McNabb.
Going against the Saints there, up to the 22. Westbrook and Tapei in the backfield. Tapei the fullback. Pass tipped and caught by Kevin Curtis, and Curtis is over 1,000 yards for the season. We've got an update on Green Bay at Chicago. Here's Kurt Menefee.
Rough day for Packer punter John Ryan. He's had 2 punts blocked and muffed one. The latest one scooped up by Corey Graham of the Bears, and they are in firm control in the 3rd quarter, up 28-7. Sam, you think there might be some extra special teams practice this week?
Could be. You're right about that, Kurt. So, the Eagles moving the ball to get a first down. Brian Westbrook up to the 34-yard line, but Kevin Curtis with that last catch now over 1,000 yards. Congratulations to him. It's been a good year for Kevin Curtis, and that last catch, 67th of the season.
And you know it's only going to get better. He and McNabb working together last offseason, started getting the groove a little bit. Donovan was not right to start the season. The more time they spend together, this duo could be quite solid going into 2008.
6 defensive backs in for the Saints. Pressure from Will Smith on the outside. Short pass is caught by Reggie Brown up to the 39. The Eagles goal line stand, Tim.
Focus on all the white jerseys that are playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. I mean, low man wins. Now that was 3rd down, and then here's the big one on 4th down. And every play in between the tackles surprised me right to the heart of the defense for Philadelphia. Now maybe having Omar Gaither out, they thought they could punch it in, but Stuart Bradley came up with some big plays in the relief role at Mike linebacker.
Buckhalter in the backfield for the Eagles. McNabb checking off on 2nd and 5. Terrell Buckhalter to the hole, has a first down as he gets up to the 49-yard line. Scott Fujita made the tackle, but the Eagles have come from their 2-yard line out to the 49 after it looked like the Saints had a chance to tie the game or at least get within 4.
You surprised at the effort and the tempo the Eagles are playing with today? The old philosophy of we can't go, you can't either in terms of the postseason, because I'm not after talking to Andy Reid yesterday.
Andy Reid and the players. Yep. Donovan McNabb that we talked to, John Runyon, the defensive players, Sheldon Brown. McNabb throws, Reggie Brown turns, and is pushed out of bounds by Jason Kraft at the Saints' 44-yard line. Let's see what Chris Myers has for us right now. Chris.
Well, Sam, down on the sidelines, you can feel that momentum shift from that goal line stand. The Saints are deflated, and, of course, the defense had to go back out. Meanwhile, over on the Eagles side, like Quentin Michael, the safety, led the charge, high-fiving. It was as if the Eagles were playing for a playoff spot. Their defense very fired up. Now their offense moving the ball.
You know, you look at the Eagles season, you look at 5 losses, 4 by 3 points and 1 by 4 points. And you know that they were a few plays away from being a different team. Buckhalter slept as he gets forward to the 43-yard line. They'll bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Eagles. Certainly early in the season, it was Donovan McNabb and his lack of mobility. Later on, it was some injuries, both on defense to their secondary. Dawkins was hurt. Lito Shepherd was hurt. That certainly affected
them. Well, they've had injuries on the offensive line throughout the year, too, which I know has affected them in terms of their pass protection stuff with all the sacks they've given up, because so many guys during the course of the year could not practice on Wednesdays or Thursdays.
Big play for the Saints defense here. The toss to Westbrook. He's got the first down. Little change of pace on Josh Bullocks, and he's out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
It's a couple times we've seen Marty Morningwig make that play on short yardage, where everybody's in the scrum in the middle, thinking it's coming up inside, in between the tackles, and then you just do the flip 90, flip it out to, there's Marty there, out to Westbrook out on the edge for an easy first down. See, everybody's thinking something's coming up in here. Nope. Fake that little dive and then just flip it out. Westbrook in the open field. Hard to contain him if he only needs 5 or 6 yards for the first down.
12 carries, 92 yards for Brian Westbrook, averaging 7.7 per carry. Westbrook again, cuts it back. Got tripped up, falls forward to the 36-yard line. Picked up 2. Roman Harper made the tackle.
And misdirection's been the theme of the day. I mean, this was right. First play of the game right there. Flip 90, now a bootleg, and this is the long run by Donovan McNabb. Another misdirection with the fake lead and then a reverse, and then to Westbrook coming back the other way. And they've done that all day, and I thought it was an outstanding plan against a defense that's desperate to make a big play.
Saints have called a timeout. They've already used up 2 timeouts, one on a challenge. So the Saints behind in the game, have only 1 timeout remaining in the second half. Don't forget, next weekend is the final weekend of the regular season. And on Fox, we'll have the Lions at Green Bay. The Saints will go to Chicago. Seattle will be in Atlanta. And Carolina will be at Tampa Bay. It should be an interesting weekend, to say the least. We may lose 1 game to prime time. Tim and I will be in Denver, with Minnesota playing Denver.
I'll tell you what's interesting is the fact that the Green Bay Packers are getting hammered by the Chicago Bears, and we're going to end up being that 2 seed. It looks like, with the Cowboys winning.
And Dallas will be happy, and T.O. can rest. They won't have to play him
how will the
next week.
Redskin game factor in when you start talking about all the postseason possibilities, according to what happens here with Minnesota and New Orleans?
Buckhalter cuts it back, gets down close to the 30-yard line. Once again, another 10-play drive for the Eagles. We go to the sideline to Chris Myers.
And Sam, just another injury update on the Eagle defense. Omar Gaither with a quad contusion, questionable. Brian Dawkins with that foot injury will not return. And the Saints, when they do get the ball back, Stecker seems to be responding well with the wrapped foot, but Sean Payton was hoping that Marcus Colston, who was coughing up blood, could come out. So far, we haven't seen him here on the sideline in the second half.
Thanks, Chris. Trainers and doctors working overtime today. Jason Avant in as the 3rd wide receiver on 3rd down. McNabb going outside and completes it to Avant. It's a first down, just short of the 20-yard line. Picking on Jason Kraft a lot on that side. 4th catch of the game for Jason Avant.
Well, if they're not going to get there on the blitz, that being the New Orleans Saints, Donovan McNabb's going to make it look easy. And he's just making the right reads right now, counting on his running backs and tight ends to get the blitz pickup. Knew he had some man coverage, knew that his receiver had the leverage point on the corner. Easy completion on the out route.
Eagles with 2 10-play drives in this game. This is play number 12 on this one. 31 on the season. Play fake, McNabb steps up, throws too high for Brent Selleck, the tight end. As you look at this team, and in talking to Andy Reid and talking to the players, they feel that they have the nucleus. They feel that they have the core that can turn this thing around in short time. Yeah, there are a couple of positions they need to beef up and get some depth, but they feel that Donovan McNabb, number 1, will be the quarterback next year, and that they've got the players at the skill position.
Well, you said it. You said it. How many games did they lose by 4 points or less? I mean, what did they took New England to task. They won at Dallas last week. They're playing good football.
Westbrook taking it wide, fights off Jason Kraft and gets down to the 15-yard line.
That's one thing he's always had since he entered the league out of Villanova, is a lethal stiff arm.
Again, I take you back to the goal line stand where the Saints could have taken a sure 3 points on 4th down. The Eagles are now driven down the field.
You always like that stiff arm, too, that hits them first in the face mask, and then they recock it, set it again, and throw it out there again.
Here's a 3rd and 4 for the Eagles, who have driven from their own 2-yard line to the Saints' 15. Westbrook motions, and they stop everything. And a timeout was called from the sideline. Andy Reid wants to talk things over, and we'll step out for a moment.
All right, the play is 60 stretch, Farla.
60 stretch, Farla. Come on, let's go, let's go.
60 stretch, Farla. On one, ready?
Hey, you need this. I'll take those.
Wake up, people!
New Diet Pepsi Max with ginseng and more caffeine.
Why do I love Walmart? Because I never know what my niece is into these days. So I got her a Walmart gift card. Her taste may always be changing, but whatever she likes, I know Walmart will have it.
He's so cute.
And you can't beat Walmart's prices. So with a Walmart gift card, Jill can get more of what she's into. Whatever it is this week.
The more you save, the more Christmas you can give. With Walmart's unbeatable prices, a gift card lets you get more.
Save money, live better. Walmart.
Play artist Smashing Pumpkins. That's the sync system. Voice activates MP3s, cell phones.
Do that again. Play artist Tiffany. Play artist Michael Bolton.
Play artist Korn.
MPGs meet MP3s. The new 35 miles per gallon 2008 Ford Focus.
On DVD, The Kingdom, a pulse-pounding action thriller.
Let's go catch this criminal.
Gus! Grenade! Cover! Powerful and intense.
Reverse! Reverse!
The Kingdom, on the DVD now.
Buffalo has gone back ahead of the Giants. That's late 3rd quarter. Chicago is beating Green Bay badly, and that will mean that the #1 seed in the NFC will go to Dallas, and the road to the Super Bowl will go through Dallas. And the Browns are losing 18-7. McNabb on 3rd down. That's a good grab by Reggie Brown, is having a fine game. 1st down, Eagles at the 9-yard line.
Because Mike McKenzie isn't out there, that's the matchup they want on the 3rd-round corner, Usama Young. And there they get him playing a little bit of a cushion, and you're right about Reggie Brown now. You talk about coming back and catching that ball out of frame. That was sweet.
Good throw.
Yeah, that ball's talking to you a little bit. Some zip on it.
5 catches in the game for Reggie Brown, 66 yards. Donovan McNabb, 16 for 25, 194 on 1st and goal. McNabb short, touchdown, Greg Lewis. What a drive by the Philadelphia Eagles, 98 yards after the goal line stand.
Crusher. You don't get points. You pass up 3 easy points. You try to hammer it into a brick wall offensively. And then you come up with a penalty that really wasn't Will Smith's fault on that first play defensively for New Orleans. And then methodically, defensively, you let Philadelphia and Donovan McNabb go 98 yards on it.
15 plays, 98 yards, 7 minutes. What a drive by the Eagles offensively. And man, the Saints are hurting now. It's a 14-point game. It could have been 4. It could have been 4 had they taken the 3 points. But they went for it on 4th down. Greg Lewis, right there.
Classic West Coast. Take advantage of the umpire in the middle of the field. Gets right behind him and slips in for 6.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
You better watch out.
You better not cry.
You better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
He sees you when you're in sleep mode.
He knows when you're awake.
He knows when you've been bad or good, so buy a PC and not a Mac this holiday season or any other time, for goodness sake. Oh, come on. Oh, what? Well, I thought those were the lyrics. I mean, that's how I learned it.
Taco Bell's Chipotle Grilled Stuffed Burrito, loaded with marinated carne asada steak, Chipotle seasoned rice, all covered in a spicy Southwest Chipotle sauce.
You want like?
Good.
Dude, you gotta try this.
For taste, not fire, think outside the bun.
Hi, can I help you?
Yes. Will you pretend you're my wife? Great. Come on. Happy holidays, sweetheart. Something else? Yeah, maybe not romantic enough.
Oh, pretty.
At Lowe's, we're happy to help you find the perfect holiday gift for everyone on your list.
What about a gift card?
Yes.
Including Lowe's gift cards.
Spend $100 in Lowe's gift cards and get one of these Cobalt tools. Lowe's, let's build something.
Well, Sean Payton trying to keep his guys up. They are down 31-17. Fifth time this season the Saints have given up 31 points in a game, and they've lost the previous 4.
It will be wild to watch in this final quarter coming up if they can reignite the emotion in New Orleans with the playoffs on the line.
David Akers kicks it off. Lance Moore from the 1. Slips through. Oh, he got tripped up. Otherwise, he might have been gone. That was a great tackle by Trent Cole. Trent Cole on the field with a special teams unit. 30-yard return. Monday, January 7th, right here at the Superdome in New Orleans. It's the big one in college football. The All-State BCS National Championship game. January the 7th. It begins at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific.
And Sean Payton's son right there is on the LSU football.
Is that Connor? From the 31-yard line. Drew Brees off the play fake. Stecker is with him. Long pass is complete to the tight end, Billy Miller. And that time he got open. He's been open several times.
He's always open.
Because they're telling him to keep running. But no, they ruled him down. The entire Saints sideline was waving Miller and saying, go to the end zone. But the
line judge
along the sideline had marked him down at the 47-yard line.
You know why Billy Miller's always open? Because nobody thinks a guy like Billy Miller can beat you. I mean, you look at the guy, he's not the biggest, not the fastest, not the strongest. He's certainly contacted as he goes down there. Old wide receiver, but he's just one of those guys, Sam, that every time you give him an opportunity, he makes a play.
Miller comes out running jet. The first-year man out of Louisville has come in to replace him. At the Eagles' 48-yard line, Stecker about 1 on the play before he was wrapped up. In Chicago, the Bears are really putting it to Green Bay. Kurt Menefee.
On both sides of the ball there, Sam. Here's Brett Favre hooking up with Brian Urlacher. But, of course, Urlacher plays for the Bears, and he takes it back 85 yards for the score. First interception return for a touchdown in Urlacher's career, and the Bears are up big. If Green Bay loses, Dallas clinches home field throughout the NFC playoffs. Sam?
Thanks, Kurt. On second down, flag on the play. Brees in trouble. And he got rid of it as he was being pulled down.
Well, he got Trent Cole to jump that time to get into the neutral zone, either for the offsides or for the encroachment. Drew Brees does that every week to defensive linemen.
Defense, offside. 5-yard penalty still, second down.
Listen to his cadence here.
Cole jumping across on that cadence on the count by Drew Brees. David Patton in as the third wide receiver. On second down, Brees turns, throws, and completes it to Patton. Excuse me, that's Lance Moore on the reception down to the 31-yard line. A first down for the Saints.
Remember how we just saw him get him to go offsides on set, that being Trent Cole? Watch this one. This one will be on set. First down, baby, that's it. And they've been going on a first down a good portion of the game today, and that's how you get guys like Trent Cole when you change it up. A couple of plays ago with that voice inflection.
Brees, 23 for 33, 234 yards.
Without his best receiver, a good part of the day in Marcus Colston.
3 wide receivers in. to Patton. Gets a couple of blocks. But he is taken down at the 27. Let's get an update on the Giants and the Bills in Buffalo. Kurt.
Giants a couple of chances to take the lead, but they can't do it. Eli Manning fumbles the snap on the 10-yard line, turns it over. Remember earlier, the Giants had 4 cracks from the half-yard line and were stopped on all 4. They're still down 21-17, Sam.
Thanks, Kurt. That's early in the fourth quarter. The Giants win, and they're in. If they lose, they would be 9-6 and playing New England next week. Right here in New Orleans, the Eagles have a 31-17 lead on the Saints at the end of the third.
You seem different.
I am.
She's not just another pretty metal face.
Field trip.
I call shotgun.
I call 9mm.
Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, premieres Sunday, January 13th on Fox. From our family to yours, happy holidays from Fox 29.
It's the final days of the Chevy Red Tag event, where the price on the tag is the price you'll pay. And for a limited time, get 1.9% financing on an 08 Silverado half-ton crew cab, available with best-in-class highway fuel economy. That's 1.9% financing for 60 months for well-qualified buyers on every 08 Silverado half-ton crew cab. Hurry, the Chevy Red Tag event ends January 2nd. Click on ChevyShowcase.com, then see your local Chevy dealer.
Have you been good all year? Then it's time to treat yourself to a holiday donut from Dunkin'. Share a box. They look like edible ornaments. No wrapping required. America runs on Dunkin'.
It's a special time of year. Time to give the ones you love the power to own the road. Welcome to the season of Audi. Visit your Audi dealer by January 2nd, or this event will be holiday history.
It's holiday time in New Orleans. And season greetings from the Sensations, the Saints-sations. Sam Rosen, Tim Ryan, Chris Myers here at the Superdome. Second down. Stecker bounces off one man, takes a hard hit as he gets inside the 25. The Giants have scored in Buffalo. What happened, Kurt?
Well, we showed you their offensive struggles, so how about the Giants' defense taking over? Although Lee Evans helps off his hands right into the arms of Kavika Mitchell. He takes it back 21 yards for the score, and the Giants have the lead 24-21. They win. They're in the playoffs. Sam?
Big play for the Giants defense. Thank you, Kurt. Right here, 3rd and 3 for the Saints.
Saints are 2 for 8 on 3rd down through the game. Not good.
Wide receivers to the right. Breeze in trouble. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Big hit. Trent Cole coming hard. Cole's had a presence here in the second half.
Well, and they've got him locked up on a tight end over here. Billy Miller trying to block Trent Cole. Oh, he just gets the shoulder, works that half man immediately. Now it's about closing the gap and hits Breeze right in the back as he's trying to unload it. 2 for 9 now on 3rd down.
And now it's a 4th down try for the Saints, who will go for it from the 24-yard line. After 3 quarters, they have not won a game when trailing going into the 4th. They have to win today. On 4th down, the pass complete. And there's the 1st down. Aaron Stecker out of bounds at the 18-yard line. That was a big play.
Great pre-snap recognition by the quarterback, Drew Brees, knowing that he had Aaron Stecker locked up on Chris Gokong. And that's the blitz adjustment. Knowing the blitz is coming from one way, knowing where your check down is and who's covering him on the other side was the key there by Brees, who identified Gokong on Stecker right away.
Now the other thing, the Saints got to put it in the end zone on this drive. Hardy and Stecker trying to get through, gets about a yard on the play down to the 17-yard line. This is a must possession for the Saints.
I just don't think you're going to run in between the tackles on the Philadelphia Eagles with the way Mike Patterson and Broderick Bunkley really seal up the middle. The guys are, neither one of them goes more than 6 foot. They both play with great leverage and you're just not going to root them out on the inside run.
Pierre Thomas back in at running back. Three receivers to the right side. The play fake. Breeze with time. Now he's pressured, gets away, and throws, and it's dropped by David Patton coming back for the ball. That should have been caught.
You know how we talked about the motor earlier on Trent Cole? He's the guy here who gets another shot on Breeze. Watch him here as he's going to go by Jari Evans and Pierre Thomas and flash right here on Breeze, which gets a shot on him, forces him to rehitch, reload. Good job by Breeze finding his guy. Patton should have had the football.
Evans stayed with Trent Cole even after Cole is right there on Breeze. Tight ends in, Runningen and Billy Miller. Miller motions, trouble for Breeze, and he throws it into the ground. Did he get it back toward the line of scrimmage? No grounding, no intentional
Billy
grounding
Miller
call.
was right there. Billy Miller was 3 yards away from the football.
So now, a big fourth down play coming up, and Sean Payton here will try to put 3 on the board. Martin Gramatica is on the field, and this will be a 35-yard attempt. Steve Weatherford, the holder, Kevin Hauser, the long snapper. Gramatica hit a 55-yarder to end the first half. This one is right through. Gramatica 3 for 3 as a member of the New Orleans Saints. The Saints get 3, but still trail by 11.
Dude. Dude. Dude.
There's always something good inside. You just have to find it. Now McDonald's has it. The new McSkillet Burrito. Skillet potatoes, scrambled eggs, and savory sausage, layered with zesty salsa and cheese. Find everything good about breakfast, all inside a warm tortilla.
Something strange happens to people this time of year. They look for reasons to buy a new Toyota. We call it the Toyotathon phenomenon. And right now, Toyota is offering a phenomenal 0% APR financing on all new 2007 and 2008 Tundras. Motor Trend's 2008 Truck of the Year. There's never been a better time to get the new Toyota you've always wanted or needed. Hurry in. The Toyotathon phenomenon ends soon.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming. By State Farm, proud sponsor of the NFL. And by McDonald's.
Chris Myers back in New Orleans. Tim Ryan talked about third down, and the Saints 0 for 3 in that department. At halftime, Sean Payton had a list and showed his team how poor they were offensively on third down. Wanted to change that here. It hasn't happened. Meanwhile, Andy Reid told his team, keep attacking the area where Mike McKenzie is out, whether it's Kraft or Young. They were able to produce points. So far, the Reid adjustment has gone better than what Sean Payton's team has done. Sam?
Thanks, Chris. Gramatica's kick taken by J.R. Reid at the 2. Down at the 25-yard line.
Here's the missed opportunities in the game on third down. And I'll tell you the thing that's most interesting, and give Philly a lot of credit doing a good job, as you see there, guys rallying around to get bat downs and tackles. New Orleans coming into the game was the best in the National Football League on the money down. And today, whether it's drops or just terrific defense or the pressure packages coming at Sean Payton and that offense for the New Orleans Saints, they have not fared well at all, as you see there, 2 for 10.
And you need some conversions close to 40, at least 40% is what coaches want to sustain drives. Only the second possession of the second half for the Eagles. McNabb off the play fake, rolling, and throwing. And it's caught up at the 34-yard line by Hank Baskett. They'll spot him at the 33. Baskett's first catch of the game. And 7 different receivers that Donovan McNabb has connected with.
Well, he spread it around all year. If you think about it, and I think it's the first time in Philadelphia history when you talk about Westbrook, you talk about Curtis, you talk about Reggie Brown, all 3 of those guys with 50-plus catches on the year, spreading it around. I think that's a first here for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Westbrook and Tapei in the backfield. Westbrook slipped as he tried to make his cut and get to the outside. Went down at the 31-yard line, lost a couple of yards on the play. Saints need a big defensive stand here. Westbrook upset with himself as he's getting close to the 100-yard mark, rushing today.
This defense desperately needs a stop here. If you reference back to that last drive that went about 13 or 14 plays, these guys will wear down late if they don't get off the field.
Crowd urging on the Saints defense. 6 defensive backs in. McNabb throwing short and wide of Brian Westbrook. That's a big defensive stand for the Saints and the first 3 and out for the Eagles in the game.
Either McNabb just threw that one off in terms of being outside, or Westbrook cut the wrong way in terms of turned in rather than turn out. Certainly they weren't on the same page because he was wide open.
Lance Moore is deep. Zabraka's 3rd punt. Moore with room to return. Spinning. And now finds the lane. And he's up to the 35-yard line. Almost pulled away. Quentin Michael with a big tackle. 7-yard return after a 41-yard punt. Still hoping that Santa will deliver a win for the Saints.
All right, great. Well, you already...
Now on DVD, the record-breaking movie is now the thriller event of the holidays.
Death has come to your town.
With commentary by Rob Zombie and an alternate ending that will shock you. Halloween, rented exclusively at Blockbuster, or own the 2-disc unrated director's cut today.
Tina, could you take a look at these scripts?
Change the bear to a shark.
Gotcha.
The wizard should have a girl's name.
This is good stuff.
These are my divorce papers.
They're hilarious.
Miss Faye, the snake wrangler got bit again. Well, I will suck the venom out, but this is the last time.
Tina, you're needed on stage 3.
Does Mama have to do everything around here?
Which flute for the Angry Hippie sketch?
The other one.
Okay.
Tina, the nanny called. Your daughter says it's octopus time.
Thank you. No, the other kind of German shepherds.
Oh. And the next time.
What?
This is American Express calling about a suspicious charge on your card. Did you buy 14,000 racquetballs?
14,000 what? No.
No problem. We'll take it off your account right away.
You will? I don't have to do anything?
Nope.
Thanks. I can't do it all alone. That's why I'm a card member.
The writer's room is on fire.
Are you protected from unexpected problems? Are you a card member?
Jari Evans, the guard for the New Orleans Saints, grew up in Philadelphia. In his senior year at Frankford High School, broke his leg, had 2 operations. Big schools backed off. He wound up going to Bloomsburg and made his way into the NFL. Now starting on the offensive line, off the play fake. Breeze wanted to go deep, goes outside. Leaping grab made by David Patton. Beautiful catch by the veteran David Patton across midfield. 15-yard pickup.
You're just talking Jari Evans. Watch, he'll get a push right there on Mike Patterson, and then he'll turn back and end up picking up Kimo von Oelhoffen. And then there's the throw. Breeze gets a nice little window. Patton goes up and get it again. Another one of those catches out of frame. He's got to go up and get that thing. Takes a little hit, is able to come down with it.
6 catches, 55 yards for Patton. Breeze on first down, wanted to swing to Stecker and throws it into the ground. There's a flag on the play.
I think they'll get Jamal Brown holding on Trent Cole. It's been a long day over there.
Number 70. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Oh, Cole is just giving Brown fits.
And I'll tell you why. He's got so much speed coming off the edge. He's explosive on the edge rush, and he got under Jamal Brown right there. And Jamal Brown's done it a couple of times. He's only had one opportunity to slow him down, and you've got to hold him. Watch the quicks here from Cole. He has had that edge for most of the afternoon over there on Jamal Brown.
3 wide receivers in, ball set back, the 40-yard line, 1st and 20 for the Saints. Breeze on the slant. Terrence Copper gets back to the original line of scrimmage just across midfield. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Breeze, 26 for 39 in the game. He's without his #1 receiver. Marcus Colston suffered a chest contusion, will not be back. Played early in the game, got the big hit, and was coughing up blood. On 2nd down, swing it out. Again, it's Copper. Inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line. Terrence Copper out of East Carolina, making the catch and putting the Saints in position.
And no surprise with 41 throws already by Drew Brees that the corners are the top 2 tacklers out there defensively for Philadelphia, and Sheldon Brown and Lito Shepherd.
There's a big 3rd down play coming with 3 wide receivers, and the tight end Billy Miller also split out. And they run with Stecker, and a good hole and a 1st down. Change it up. Rosilio Hansen on the tackle. Stecker gets down close to the 33-yard line.
A couple of good blocks here. First of all, they'll catch Juquay Thomas pass rushing, so they'll just kick him out, and then watch Jari Evans, the right guard, with the seal down block on Mike Patterson.
Stecker 12 carries, 48 yards. 1st down Saints. Devery Henderson is in. Mike Carney in the backfield as the fullback. Henderson and Pat, the wide receivers. Movement by Billy Miller, the tight end. That's a false start.
False start. Number 83, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
It's all over in Chicago. The Bears beat the Packers 35-7. The #1 seed in the NFC goes to Dallas.
It's all going through Big D now. Should be interesting to watch their year with Terrell Owens' injury now and that ankle, if in fact he is going to end up trying to get back for the postseason.
But now
run.
they can rest him for a couple of weeks. They'll have the bye week.
Absolutely
so
key.
He's got some time off. Breeze throwing short, and that was wrapped up immediately. Stecker caught it, and there were 2 men right there. Hakeem Jordan in on the tackle.
It's amazing Aaron Stecker is still out there. Watch his left ankle here. Watch his left ankle as he goes down and just goes right over the top of it. He was hurting now. Came to the sideline, was not putting any pressure on that ankle. Carted into the locker room, gets taped up, gets himself ready to go, and has come back out and given a nice little impact in the 2nd half.
Pierre Thomas on, replacing Stecker here. Ball at the 39-yard line. Have to get to the 23 for a 1st down. Pressure on Breeze. He throws deep, and that ball is incomplete. Sheldon Brown went up for the interception. Lance Moore, the intended receiver, had a shot at it, and they both missed it.
Well, and Sheldon Brown knows he should have had one because Breeze was taking pressure from Juquay Thomas, 75. You'll see him flash in here at his legs. So Breeze throws it up. Now watch Sheldon Brown, watch him mistime his jump. Mistimed his jump, could not get up high enough, and then Lance Moore, I think, deflected his vantage point in terms of locating the ball, and it just went right by his hands.
3rd and 16, 4 wide receivers in for the Saints. Quick outside, Lance Moore slips by Sheldon Brown, and Quentin Michael wraps him up and takes him out at the 28-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th and 5. All right, here comes Gramatica.
Here's the feather in their cap when you look at New Orleans offensively, still with 7.5 to go. Is they are an up-tempo football team. They can put points on the board in a hurry. If they can punch this one in with a field goal here, certainly are within striking distance in this football game.
It'll be a one-score game. They'll be down by 8. This is a 46-yarder. The holder is Weatherford. The long snapper, Kevin Hauser. And it's on the way, and it's dead through. Gramatica, 3 for 3 in the game. 4 for 4 as a Saint. He has come up big. And the Saints are within 8 points as they put 3 on the board. There's plenty of time left.
Something strange happens to people this time of year. They look for reasons to buy a new Toyota. We call it the Toyotathon phenomenon. And while you're there, see the all-new 2008 Sequoia with an available 381 horsepower V8 engine and up to 10,000 pounds of awesome towing capacity. There's never been a better time to get the new Toyota you've always wanted or needed. Hurry in. The Toyotathon phenomenon ends soon.
To get to the Pro Bowl, NFL players go all out. You just go online to statefarm.com/NFL.
You could win a trip to the 2008 NFL Pro Bowl with the Your Game, Your Call getaway from State Farm.
Go to statefarm.com/NFL.
The American Pie Boys are back in an all-new movie.
All right, son!
New school, new girls.
Welcome to college, boys.
And the wildest rush week ever.
What do we have to do to become betas?
American Pie presents Beta House Unrated. Get it on DVD today.
What's that, Mommy?
This is called the wishbone. 2 people each make a wish, and the one who gets the bigger half gets their
wish. Wow, it worked.
This holiday, what do you give to the woman who's your every wish come true? A diamond circle necklace from Kay Jewelers, and you can be assured of 2 things. First, that every diamond is hand-selected to match beautifully, and second, she'll absolutely love it.
What if you had one, Daddy?
Well, I kind of think I did.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
It's the holiday movie event to feast your eyes on.
Let's see who's behind the mask.
Spider-Man 2, tonight at 7:30, 6:30 Central on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Toyota. Moving forward.
The wild card playoff picture. The Giants are leading in Buffalo with 6.5 minutes to go. If they win, they're in. Minnesota plays tonight against Washington. Morel Buckhalter on the return from the 11-yard line. Looking for an opening. Slips one man. Good return by Buckhalter across the 40. And up close to the 45-yard line. The Saints defense has to come up big. Their offense is putting some points on the board.
We swapped out the Whopper for a Big Mac to see what would happen.
That was in there.
You have to look at the facts. You have a fried burger. You're asking for one of our flame-broiled burgers.
I hate McDonald's.
What if I gave you a pie? Well, what can I do to remedy the situation?
I just want a triple Whopper. Oh, what?
We just pulled a prank on you.
I get to meet the king.
Whopper. Anything else is a freaking disappointment.
Something strange happens to people this time of year. They look for reasons to buy a new Toyota. We call it the Toyotathon phenomenon. And right now, Toyota is offering a phenomenal 0% APR financing on all new 2007 and 2008 Tundras. Motor Trend's 2008 Truck of the Year. There's never been a better time to get the new Toyota you've always wanted or needed. Hurry in. The Toyotathon phenomenon ends soon.
Better watch out. Better think twice. When Simon's naughty,
Appalling. Annoying. Completely insane.
nobody's nice.
That English dude can go to.
He's not even an American.
Don't make me come back in there.
Can he go back to where he's from?
I love this country.
American Idol, the 2-hour premiere, Tuesday, January 15th on Fox.
Customized 39 jersey for St. Louis. Liner, 1 throw blanket, Scottsdale. Military, barbecued, Indianapolis.
Get this season's hottest NFL gear. Delivered by NFL Shop at NFL.com.
I want that!
Santa, come on. I need a win. We need to get the Saints in the play. Santa, hurry up, would you? The Eagles don't want to hear that. They start from the 44, third possession of the second half. McNabb steps up, and they chase him. He gets rid of it and completes to Kevin Curtis to the Saints 47. The Giants are moving in Buffalo. What's happening, Kurt?
Moving and moving on, it looks like. Ahmad Bradshaw, his first ever NFL touchdown. Related to Terry? Cousin. Terry says his cousin. 88-yard score, and the Giants go up by 10 points in the fourth quarter over the Bills. Once again, a win, and the Giants are in. That's bad news for the Saints, Sam.
You're right about that, Kurt. Thanks. What a run as the snow is falling. The Giants open up a 10-point lead. Right here, the Eagles on 2nd and 2. Ryan Westbrook waits for the hole to open up. He's got the first down at the Saints' 45-yard line. Scott Shanley with a tackle. Westbrook, who lost a couple of yards earlier, again closing in on 100 yards rushing and closing in on the franchise record for most yards from scrimmage in a single season. Saints have called a timeout. 6.5 minutes to go, and the Saints are out of timeouts here in the second half. And that record for most yards from scrimmage in a single season was set in 1979 by number 31, Wilbert Montgomery. Outstanding running back. Versatile, speed, power, could catch the ball out of the backfield.
I think versatility was the key. I mean, he was the X factor before there was an X factor. Now he's coaching running backs for the Detroit Lions.
And that's exactly what Ryan Westbrook is for the Philadelphia Eagles today.
Absolutely.
He does all those things. And those are the numbers. He is at an even 2,000 right now. The Eagles and Saints have gone back and forth. The Eagles now with the 8-point lead, but in getting dangerously close as far as the Saints are concerned to field goal territory.
Yeah, defense cannot give up points on this drive. And I guess with the Giants winning, they just have to hope for Minnesota to drop one now in the next 2 weeks, and they've got to keep winning. That'd be in New Orleans.
McNabb with time. He's got Kevin Curtis. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. And Curtis is down at the 19-yard line. And they challenge Jason David on the play.
Well, and this is the speed, I think, that they're talking about with Kevin Curtis, who spins Jason David around in a circle right there. Kevin Curtis will close that gap in a hurry. He doesn't show his hands till the last minute in terms of identifying that ball is coming, so Jason David never has an opportunity to turn around and play the football.
First big play of the second half. Big play meaning over 20 yards, 26-yard pass play. Eagles had 5 of them in the first half, but right now they're in scoring position with Westbrook in the backfield. Westbrook. It's a couple of yards down to the 17-yard line.
One thing you say about Kevin Curtis, and the Philly fans know it all year long, this guy gives great effort. Just to be able to hang on to that football and good catch, but as he's coming down with it, Jason David's doing all he can to separate Kevin Curtis from the football, and Curtis is having none of it.
Let's give Mike Martz a little credit for helping develop Kevin Curtis in St. Louis, a guy that came out of Utah State, not a big name guy, not a big receiver, at 6 feet 186, but he got a chance to play and use his speed, and Martz kept pumping him up, and now he got a contract with the Eagles, and he has played well for them. McNabb got it off to Reggie Brown, who's down to the 10-yard line. Usama Young made the tackle, but now the Eagles are threatening to go in.
And the Eagles and Andy Reid, they'll do this as much as anybody. Is the umpires over here in the middle of the field, as they really use him in the pass game.
What team does the umpire play for?
Well, right now it looks like he's playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's standing in the middle of the field deflecting Usama Young's ability to get to the receiver. Year in and year out, it's a design of that offense to run those crossing patterns right where the umpire is.
Third down. Westbrook is split out to the left. McNabb under pressure throws, and a nice catch made by Brian Westbrook for a first down at the 8-yard line.
There's one thing you'll talk about with Donovan McNabb, and the good stuff in this game is he's got his mobility back. We saw that early in the game. We saw it last week, but clearly from the neck up, when I've watched him play today, and they've blitzed him so much, his pre-snap read to be able to identify that blitz and get rid of the football has been amazing. And I think that QB rating and the 2 touchdowns and no interception says it all.
The accuracy is there, no interceptions.
And that's been under the blitz all day long.
Now the Eagles with a 1st and goal at the Saints 8-yard line. And this could be the season for the Saints right here. Shovel pass. Gets a yard, maybe 2 for Westbrook. They spot him at the 7, so give him a yard. He's over 100 yards. 6th 100-yard rushing game of the season for Brian Westbrook. That was a pass. They get a yard on that one.
Terrific play by Charles Grant, who recognizes this shovel pass before it even happens. Look at him. He's already turned facing inside on Westbrook. That's what you call having your nose in your scouting report during the week. And when they run that formation and then McNabb rolls out to the right as quick as he did, it triggered something in Charles' mind. Here comes that shovel pass. He was able to take Westbrook out.
The Saints are out of timeouts. They can't stop the clock. And the Eagles letting all of it wind down. On 2nd and goal. McNabb steps back and throws for Curtis, and he's hit hard by Jason David. And it'll bring up a 3rd and goal for the Eagles.
I don't know if Jason David got away with one there. It looked like he had some contact
before the
on
ball
Kevin
got
Curtis
there.
before that ball was even near Curtis in terms of getting in his wheelhouse. Let's see. Hard to tell from that angle.
And here is the big 3rd down play. As Andy Reid paces the sideline. Jason Avant in as the 3rd wide receiver. Everybody out. McNabb throws. Touchdown. Kevin Curtis. And the Eagles have put this one just about out of reach. With 2:28 remaining, the Saints are out of timeouts. Kevin Curtis catches the touchdown pass.
Terrific execution here. Westbrook is going to take Case Vaharn with him, which opens the straight window right there on the slant pass to Kevin Curtis.
3rd touchdown pass thrown by Donovan McNabb. 2nd touchdown scored by Kevin Curtis. He recovered a fumble on the opening possession of the game. He recovered it in the end zone, and that started things for the Eagles, who put 38 points on the board.
You talk a lot about opening up passing lanes for the receivers, and that time, just by formation and by the route, in terms of what Westbrook ran, he took Case Vaharn out of the passing lane, which gave Donovan the line of sight right to Curtis.
So now a 15-point game, and the Saints' season on the line. They are without timeouts. Andy Reid got his team ready to play. It has been a trying season for the strong-willed coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's had a lot of personal issues to deal with. There's an article just coming out in the Philadelphia Magazine, which will talk about his family issues and his 2 sons who are incarcerated. He goes to see them every week. He says things are getting better slowly. You hope for the best and wish him the best.
And what
his wife has been very strong, his wife Tammy.
Well, it's been unbelievably hard for the whole Reid family, for the Philadelphia Eagle organization. And I think the biggest thing, and as Andy said, going public with it now, is first of all, it's a great way to touch people in all walks of life that are dealing with the same issues. And secondly, to thank all the people. He's 1,000 letters a week of, from celebrities to just regular guys sending him letters of support. And he thought publicly that would be a great way to really say thank you for them and for all of their support, which has meant a great deal to he and his family.
Lance Moore on the return takes a big hit at the 15-yard line from Quentin Michael, who has been hitting hard all game. Here's the hardest hitter of our group, Chris Myers.
Sam, we'll handle it all from down here. I just wanted to talk about Andy Reid. As you and Tim were discussing, some of the assistant coaches we spoke to are close to him, know that he's been actually battling this problem with his children for years and think that he's held up well. His player, Sheldon Brown, said he hasn't let it affect his job on the team one bit this year. And Donovan McNabb called Reid a strong individual and, quote, he's a model citizen for handling adversity.
Thanks, Chris. They have looked to him, and he has shown strength. There's no doubt about that. Pierre Thomas in the backfield. The Saints. Drew Brees throwing. Devery Henderson and pop loose and a diving interception. Stuart Bradley, the rookie linebacker, with a diving grab. He got up and celebrated and then realized he could run with a football.
About the hit by Sheldon Brown on the undercut.
First career interception for the rookie Stuart Bradley.
He's come up big today. Stuart Bradley there with that interception, but down on the goal line, remember the drive that demoralized New Orleans, he came up big. Drew Brees is going to get the completion that he wants in the zone. Now watch Sheldon Brown right there coming undercut Devery Henderson. That's the old tip drill, heads up play by Stuart Bradley to get it off the carom.
Drew Brees, who had not thrown an interception in over 160 consecutive passes, is picked off here, and that ties the most interceptions he's thrown in a single season at 16.
Well, I think the silver lining for Philadelphia in this football game, and really the last couple as they finish up the season, is how the young guys have come up to play. And whether it was Gaither through most of the year at linebacker, today it was Stuart Bradley. I mean, he's going to be able to tuck this experience under his belt and roll in to 2008 on a positive note.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. We'll be right back.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Something strange happens to people this time of year. They look for reasons to buy a new Toyota. We call it the Toyotathon phenomenon. And while you're there, see the all-new 2008 Sequoia with an available 381 horsepower V8 engine and up to 10,000 pounds of awesome towing capacity. There's never been a better time to get the new Toyota you've always wanted or needed. Hurry in. The Toyotathon phenomenon ends soon.
All these years, you've gone through the day without email like this in your pocket, or stock updates like this in your pocket, or internet like this in your pocket, and you survived. The question is, how?
Don't miss a beat. Life takes rhythm. Life takes Visa.
Tom Brady and the Patriots head to New York to battle the playoff-hungry Giants. Patriots, Giants, catch it live on NFL Network.
We wish you the happiest of holiday seasons. We're going back to Philadelphia today, and we've got a guy who's a hero in Philadelphia, Kevin McCloskey, our chief audio engineer, and his daughters Kristen and Kaylee are watching, and Dad has promised to bring home a lot of Christmas presents. So greet him at the door with a big smile. But Kevin's done a great job. We're our
Is that
crew,
what he was doing yesterday with all those bags in his hand out shopping?
Yeah. Our crew is leaving us to do the Sugar Bowl and the PCS Championship. So to all our guys on this great crew, we thank you for your great efforts. Tim and I are going off to Denver next week. Minnesota will be at Denver. Minnesota now with a win tonight could wrap it up. They would be in. The Giants are about to be in with 2 minutes to go. Giants lead in Buffalo by 17, and they're about to make the playoffs again. From all of us at Fox, we wish you a Merry Christmas, a happy and healthy New Year. To the Philadelphia Eagles, they said they were going to play to win and finish out this season on an up note. This will be 2 wins in a row. after they were 5-5, and then they lost 3 tough games. They lost the game to New England. They lost the game to Seattle. They lost the game to the Giants, and then came back with a win over Dallas last week.
Well, I get a feeling in watching him over the last month or so, and I know it's been inconsistent on both sides of the ball, but the way the quarterback has started to settle in, the way the young linebackers have started to settle in, the young defensive linemen, it is going to be a very positive offseason for the Philadelphia Eagles getting ready for a big 08.
The AT&T post-game show coming up from the studio with Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. They'll bring you scores and highlights. You can see the disappointment on the faces of the New Orleans Saints. Today's game produced by Mike Burks, directed by Rich Russo, associate director Tom Yohe, technical director John Howard, the broadcast associate Justin Deutsch, technical producer Frank Phillips, pregame show produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy, senior producer Bill Brown, the executive producers of Fox Sports Red Gorin and David Hill, Gary Lynn, our spotter in the booth, our statistician in the booth Emmett McGuire, computer stats Mark Sosna, the Fox Box run by Ty Yohe, and he always gets it right, doesn't he? And
those Yohes.
From Chris Myers, Tim Ryan, yours truly, Sam Rosen, we wish you the happiest of holidays as the final seconds tick off and the season is winding down. This is a season of disappointment for the Saints, who made the playoffs last year at 10-6 and got to the NFC Championship game, but started the season 0-4 and went 3-5.
There it is, right there. There it is, starting 0-4, and then the inability to protect the home field advantage, as Sean Payton says, the dome field advantage, and it hasn't existed for New Orleans all season.
Tough losses early. Tennessee, the Carolina loss was right at the end of the game, long field goal by John Casey. St. Louis was winless when they came in. They got their first win of the season. And then a game against Tampa Bay in which it looked like the Saints had it won here, but then a strange call by Sean Payton, a reverse.
Double
reverse. Fumbled.
Yeah.
And Tampa Bay took it in.
I wonder what the philosophy is for Andy Reid and the boys down there on the sideline, utilizing all their timeouts and extending this game. For what?
Discussion going on amongst the officials. Are they trying to figure out if we can just run out the final seconds here?
I think they're trying to get the clock figured out, because I saw the clock about a minute and a half ago down at 54, and now it's up here with 58.
For the Philadelphia Eagles, a game with no one turnover, the fumble on the handoff, but it did cost them points, but they bounced back from that. And that.
How about all the good stuff about playing for that name on the back of your jersey? That's the one I always love. What do you mean? They have nothing to play for. You kidding me? Pride, bro. And on top of that, I think just the thing that we've been talking about today, we're not going to the playoffs, so you can't either, and we have a hand in that.
And they are professionals. We were talking with John Runyon. Congratulations to him.
How about his quote?
175 consecutive starts. Third longest Ironman streak in the NFL, playing the rugged tackle. And we asked him, how long are you going to keep playing? And he said,
when the pain outweighs the money. And that hasn't happened yet.
No.
With that smile on his face.
Eagles will finish up at home against Buffalo next week. And again, they feel with a few moves, not a whole lot of moves in the offseason, that this team can get into contention right away.
In looking ahead, I think if there was a couple of things, I would certainly look back in the secondary for a third or a fourth corner to go with Lito Shepherd and with Sheldon Brown on the back end. And then Dawkins isn't getting any younger, as we know he'll be a Hall of Famer, but long in the tooth, doesn't have a lot of game left.
Saints need to address their defensive problems. They gave up way too many points.
Timeout, Philadelphia. Third and final team timeout will be a 30-second timeout.
All right. We can't explain why, but the timeout has been called. Don't forget, final weekend of the regular season next week. Eagles wind up at home against Buffalo. That will not be a Fox game. Detroit at Green Bay. New Orleans will be in Chicago. You see some of the games. Minnesota will be at Denver. If Minnesota does not win tonight, then they'll be going for it next week.
That's right.
Washington, if Washington wins tonight over Minnesota, they would stay alive. Washington would go to 8-7.
And then they would have Dallas, and the game would
mean
nothing for the Cowboys next week.
That's right. Big disappointment for the Saints. There was some problems with the play clock, we're told. Right here, the Eagles, one more snap, run it off, take a knee, and handshakes all around. Both teams are now 7-8. The Eagles have won 2 in a row. They want to finish on an up note into the offseason.
That's 5 of 6. 5 of their last 6 on the road for the Philadelphia Eagles. Good stuff.
Jon Runyan coming off for the head coach. They play to win. Big John. Go sit down. Go sit down.
Okay. I'd like to try to figure out what Runyan was lobbying for right there.
One last snap, and you can hear the disappointment. It's the last home game for the Saints. They will finish on the road. Sean Payton, who once worked for the Eagles, goes across the field to acknowledge Andy Reid. There's a lot of respect between the two of them. For Andy Reid, his team was ready to play and played well offensively. They put up 435 yards, 184 rushing, as Brian Westbrook had himself another strong game, rushing for exactly 100 yards. Donovan McNabb passed for 263 and 3 touchdowns. The Eagles beat the Saints 38-23.